Welcome to Apocalypse, Mr. Mannheim.
Who are you?
Your new lord and master. You may call me Darkseid.
Get out the whips and leather, high heel mommy, and step on my nuts. You're listening to Darkseid's Couch. I'm Mike.
Hey, it's James.
I'm Shée.
Wow, that one did it for Shée.
Oh,
Right before we started recording, I was like, I got a bit. Fuck it.
Mike, I also got to say, and I want this to be kept in, that was one shot straight out the gate. No redos, no stutters.
It was a one-shot Charlie there. Yeah.
All right, because I'm still sober.
Yeah, well, we'll fix that, huh?
I'm going to fix that. I sure will.
That's called minute one.
All right. I already got the syringe full of heroin.
Aw. Thinking ahead this time.
George Perez is dead. That's sad.
Yes.
It's a
Tim
fucking
Sale
bummer.
is dead.
Yeah,
Tim Sale is dead, yeah.
We did one memorial and then we've had to keep doing them.
This
like,
might be our
over and
fault.
over.
Yeah, so we lost Neil Adams. We just lost George Perez. And yeah, just a couple hours ago, we lost Tim Sale. And they're getting younger. Each of these is younger than the last.
Yeah, I just saw Tim Sale with 66.
Yeah.
66. It's tragic. That's really sad.
I never saw what he looked like before. He was kind of a Chad.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure it was 66 awesome years. But he
Very,
deserved
very
more.
talented, Chad.
Very talented. His thin line
Well,
work.
no, you gotta use Chad under quotes because I don't know how tall he is.
That's true. You can't be like a 5'10" Chad.
I tell you what, though, he's 6 feet under. Fuck.
No.
Wow, he's not even fucking cold, dude.
I'm sorry.
The only reason I'm not taking that out is because it's going to fuck it up for editing. I don't find it funny. I don't find it clever. I don't find it interesting. Yeah, it's really sad. They're taking all our great artists. They're all going away.
I deal with tragedy with humor.
Yeah, but not everyone else does.
Too bad.
You're making a show for other people, not for yourself.
Yeah, they're not tuning in for the sad time show.
Well,
right?
it's also not like so much of the edgelord humor. Like once you take away the edgelord part of it, it's just not funny. Like it's not a funny joke.
Oh, I think it's funny.
I mean, I'm not saying it wasn't a good joke.
I'm the only one who
saying it was
exists,
in
too.
terrible taste.
Yeah,
there we go.
Mike is convinced he's the only one that exists.
I may very well. How would I know, right?
Every time I see someone not use a turn signal on the road, I have to imagine that's just a microcosm of the fact that this person believes that they are the only human being that exists.
Right,
like,
or
that's
they're
just always proof to me.
They could be a poorly programmed NPC, and they just went.
Yeah, they just went for it, or they just
glitch,
or they assume that they're the main character and not the NPC.
They can't be the main character because I am.
Yeah, exactly. We got a whole world full of main characters and a shitty game. We're on a shitty game.
Let's not just be a subreddit podcast.
It's all was it Grand Theft Auto Online?
Yeah, is that online now?
There was like a hack for Grand Theft Auto 5, and they created this like online Sims kind of world where you can just go in and like work at a McDonald's or something.
That's weird.
Yeah.
But awesome.
Yeah, there's a bunch of streams on Twitch where people like go into their Grand Theft Auto world and they just work at their
Yeah, it's
job.
interesting how many things I don't like doing in the real world that I would do for a little while in a video game, given the option.
Well, that's
Mow
how
the lawn.
Farmville became so popular, right?
It's weird.
Yeah, for me, that would be reading.
Well, there's also like farm simulator and there's like cow milking simulators and things. It's like, well, I don't want to do that in real life, but shit, yeah, I'll pay $49.95 to do it.
Oh my God, that's the least adult thing you could do is pay that much for a game.
Yeah, you shouldn't be buying games anyway.
No,
what
you
are
shouldn't be
doing?
buying anything. You should let the economy collapse.
All right. What is that, 2? That's 2. That's 2 so far. We're like 4 minutes in. Just 2 of those weird rants that I have to leave in for continuity's sake.
Yeah, nothing's real, and let's destroy the economy.
Nothing's real. Sometimes I like Mike to get those things out at the top of the show, and then I hope that it just won't be there for the rest of the show, but it usually still is.
Yeah, you're like an unhappy wife.
Yeah. Well, I'm in a lot of ways that is very, very accurate.
Yep, just get it over with. Get that.
Maybe if you learned how to fucking cook.
I could cook a couple things. I can cook up a storm.
Yeah,
of the
nobody
3
knows how
things
to
I know to cook.
You're learning. You're learning very well.
I'm learning. I know how to boil a good thing of water.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know how to steam some broccoli.
No, you eat it raw. You just
I don't
eat
like
the head of broccoli.
I love broccoli. I don't like raw broccoli. It's gotta have some kind of heat on there. Something has to come in. I'll take it roasted. I'll take it fried. I'll take it steamed or baked or whatever. But you got to do something with it. I'm not a rabbit.
George Perez died, and we asked Twitter if to send us some George Perez books, and we got one response.
We got a lot of like general like condolence, sad facey kind of things, but we didn't get people actually sending useful books.
Well, they're like, "Who's George Perez?"
Well, I should hope that anybody following comic books is well aware of who George Perez is.
I mean, I barely know who anybody is.
George Perez, well, a lot of people do, on account of the fact that this was a story. But yeah, George Perez, the artist from the New Teen Titans and Wonder Woman in the 80s, Crisis on Infinite Earths, like really all these great dense comics with just hundreds and hundreds of characters, and you can actually make out what's going on, unlike the cacophony of nonsense we've seen in a lot of 80s and 90s books where you can't even understand what people are doing.
I can't understand what we're doing.
Well, you know what I'm
us
talking about.
As humans, as people, walking around the earth, what are we doing?
I'm reading comics.
Reading comics.
What fucking you're doing? I'm making good use of my time.
Celebrating George Perez's greatest work, Sachs and Violins.
Yeah, this is sent to us by Nicole. I'll say right now, it was better than I expected.
Yeah, it was great.
I enjoyed it.
Well, I'm not going to necessarily say great, but it was certainly better than it looks like it's shaping up to be.
Would you think it was all going to be like just like dicks and vaginas?
I thought it was just cheesecake. Yeah, I thought it was just a lot of TNA.
But cheeky, like actual, like the tease of things. Like it's not, because it doesn't actually say sex. It says SACHS. So
Yes.
You almost see a boob.
Like
But no, we saw boobs.
Yeah, this is from Marvel's Epic Comics imprint, and it was their attempt at like a creator-owned label. And the Heavy Hitters tag, which is what this is called, Heavy Hitters, Epic Comics, that was a line within Epic that focused on big-name talent. So I did a little digging on this, and it turns out that all of the Epic books look insane, but I was drawn to one particular one. I just wanted to show you guys the cover by Chuck Dixon, who is great. But look at this. Look at this. Warman.
All right.
We'll put
the Punisher.
He's just green Punisher. And apparently it was this isn't a satire. Apparently it was kind of like a straight up commentary on alpha male bullshit. And it's just a dude named Warman who's clearly just the Punisher. And he's got Woody Allen on his team in the background wearing a colorful hat.
There he is.
Warman.
Green Punisher sounds like a strain of weed.
Yes.
That's a sativa. Yeah, that's definitely a sativa. But yeah, so that was Epic Comics, Heavy Hitters. This is Sachs and Violins.
So you're going to throw all these other Epic books on the wheel, yeah?
I was really scared about even mentioning it because I knew that Mike would want to do all of them. This is why I only highlighted one, because they're all fucking crazy.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to do. I'm just gonna look. If you don't, I'm gonna look and do it myself.
I'm banking on you not doing that. I'm banking on you not getting around to looking. But we'll see. It might end up on the wheel. Some of them might. Sachs and Violins, issue 1 from 1993. It was a 4-issue miniseries written by the great Peter David.
There we go.
And art by George Perez. The same team that did like a Hulk, Future Imperfect. And they got together to do their own little thing called Sachs and Violins. This issue called Sachs and the Single Girl.
Sachs and Violins, I would imagine that the cover would be like a sack of potatoes and a violin.
Yeah, the pun doesn't make a lot of sense. The sax, okay, so
it does orally, but not on paper.
It does what kind ofly?
Orally? Like to the ears?
You're really trying hard not to say orally. I was hoping for an hilarious mispronunciation.
No, that's only with you, James. Only with particular family members.
$2.75, 11 quarters. This was going to cost you back in the day. That was a lot.
Probably premium paper.
And also, it's something for like 12-year-olds to jack off to.
It
That's
really
true.
is. So
like pennies per use.
Yeah, yeah, fair. In that way, it's gonna go a long ways. Sachs and Violins, you get both of them.
Yeah.
Like a lot of times, you just get one, you get home and go, son of a bitch, I need both of them. Why didn't they sell us as a 2-pack? Well, they did. It's right here. Sachs and Violins.
Yep. Fantastic.
It's fantastic.
Now, that being said, we don't actually get Sachs and Violins together in this issue.
Yes, we do.
We do for one.
Absolutely. The comic starts off with a snuff film. That's
Not with
literally
them.
that's
No, I
literally
mean,
Sachs and
oh
Sex
my
and
God,
Violence.
Mike! I mean the literal characters that are on the
Oh,
goddamn
yeah.
cover of the comic.
Sounds like someone has a pronunciation problem after all.
Oh, zing. Zip.
Yeah. So Sachs and Violence, it's a lady in some
lady.
S&M gear. It's a lady type, and it's a gnarly Vietnam vet in a trench coat.
Yep, played by Andy Richter.
A little bit. This is this dramatic turn. Yeah, and that's all we really get from the cover of it. We weren't sure how this was going to go. I was looking at this, and if you want to pick up a trade of Sachs and Violins, and why wouldn't you? Right now, it's currently being sold by DC. So it's a Marvel book.
Doesn't make any
Sold by
sense.
DC.
Well, because I think it's owned by David and Perez. I think it was creator owned, so they can license it to whoever they want. So it's kind of interesting.
Great.
It was a Marvel book that now you get it's a DC stamp on it if you
Yeah,
go over
good.
there.
Fuck them. Fuck Disney.
Fuck every company.
Now we kept Sachs and Violins out of the Marvel film universe.
Yeah, well, yeah. If it was licensed, yeah, they would have to get special permission to use Sachs and Violins.
Right.
Yeah, I think they actually might have used the characters elsewhere, like as a cameo role in one of their own creator-owned books, like another creator-owned books. So
That's how Infinity War should have ended. Like Thanos snaps his fingers and summons Sachs and Violins, and they kill everyone in the Marvel universe.
Yep.
That'd be sick. But they don't have the courage to make that movie.
Kevin Feige trying to get fired. This is a book about the lengths the middle-aged dude will go to simp for a woman half his age. I guess
Absolutely. This is a what do you call it? A cautionary tale for
Yeah,
all you men out there.
That's why I'm calling it a Sachs and the Simpy.
Yeah.
He's a little simpy guy.
This is a Sigma male.
Yeah, look at this guy.
Well, he's projecting the air of being a Sigma male, but in reality, he's a beta.
Yeah, he's just some simp. Well, you could. I guess you could be an alpha simp. I don't know.
I
There's
don't
too
think
many
you
categories
can.
now.
I think an alpha simp, would that be an omega?
Yeah.
Oh, isn't omega just like the burnout, like completely outside of society? That's
Would
just,
that be me then? Am I?
you might
Well,
be an
Omega's
omega.
the end.
Right?
Am I an omega man? Like am I Charlton Heston?
I think that's kind of every time I've seen the memes of the different types of male you can be. Omega is just like this burnout in a hoodie with red eyes, and it's like,
Oh my
it's that
God!
guy. It might be. It
Ruh-roh.
might have modeled that on Mike.
Oh
Let's see what we
no!
got. Let's see here.
Oh no! You mean like the Wojak? Yeah, I unfortunately look a great deal like the Wojak.
What is that?
see.
It's like
Oh,
a
boy.
doomer, like I like that doomer meme with that dude with who always looks like he's gonna kill himself.
You
What the
are a
fuck?
doomer. You are. That's definitely true.
Look up doomer for Shée so she knows what we're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah. This guy.
There we go. Look, it's me.
See, Omega Male is like the next level.
Oh, it's
of
Jesse
doomer.
from Breaking Bad.
Yeah. Basically a Jesse Pinkman kind of situation. Season 2.
Yeah.
Pre-recovery Jesse
I can't
Pinkman.
remember if I finished that show or not.
Wow. Well, then you probably didn't.
I might have.
I think most people would have remembered it. That was a solid show. It was an enjoyable show. Ended before it outlived its time. All right. Get in, get out.
I don't
Didn't
know. I
walk
think
and
all
get it.
I think all shows should end after 3 seasons.
You just like seeing things end. You just like the end and death and decay of things.
No, I just want to let's move on now.
I do think they should. I do think shows should have an end point, but I don't think it's necessarily 6. I'm very lenient with comedies though. Comedy, like I want to see Sunny. I want to see Always Sunny go on forever because I want to see the same characters in their 50s that I saw in their 20s, and they haven't improved or moved on at all.
Oh,
Like the Kids in the Hall reboot.
Yeah,
right.
Makes me
Or
feel
Dark
better about
Side's
myself.
Couch.
yeah. We
How
got a
is that Kids in the Hall reboot? I haven't seen it yet.
It is fantastic.
Awesome.
It is like they never stopped.
Oh, sweet. I'm going to have to check that out.
It's so goddamn good.
I
It
was
is
like-
laugh out loud funny.
I was afraid to watch it.
No, it is laugh
No,
out
they're still
loud
the
funny.
kids. But the thing
Oh.
is, they never stop. Like, if you check in on the Kids in the Hall in a few years, like when they go on a tour or they do this or that, they never lost it. They were always fucking good. So I had no reason to think it wouldn't be a great show, and it is. Like Death Comes to Town, they did a lot of great stuff.
I just recently saw a Dave Foley movie that he's in it, and he plays a shyster cult leader, and the movie's called Postal. It's one of those
I was about to
movies.
say, did you fucking watch the U-Bowl movie?
Yeah, I watched
Postal?
that movie. Is the craziest movie I've ever seen in my life.
Well, because fucking U-Bowl.
Like
directed it.
I did
this
see
is the man who, when people rate his films poorly, he says, "Come box me."
Yeah, he made that mass shooter movie. Like Uwe Boll doesn't give a fuck.
No, zero fucks.
I've never seen him. He might be Mike in disguise.
I'm Uwe Boll.
Again, people insult his films, and he's like, "Oh yeah, come say it to my fucking face in the ring."
Well, in fairness, you do need to have a certain firm grip to do any. If you're going to be a director or if you're going to do any sort of high-profile thing, you have to have so much confidence in your product that you'll fight a bitch.
Yeah.
In order to defend it. So I respect that a little bit. Like, you've got to have that attitude. If you're going to get on stage, if you're going to get in front of people in any capacity, you think I'm not dying on the inside right now? I assure you I am, but I got to pretend like I'm not.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to do that throughout every moment of your life as an adult.
Yes, even when I'm alone.
Yeah. Yep. Because as soon as you open up that dam.
Yep, you can't stop it.
And then you're a homeless person.
Can't go around crying. Sachs Violens. They got a complicated logo on here. They got a lot of stuff going on in their logo.
Yeah, it's like Sachs is
very 90s.
Made out of like red licorice, right?
Well, I think it's a whip.
No, it's a whip.
Sure. It's a whip.
Because look at the end of the S.
Oh yeah,
it's a bullwhip.
You don't see red bullwhips.
Yeah, that's true.
No, you don't.
Her bullwhip isn't even red.
Nope.
And also, a bullwhip is a terrible. How do you attack anybody with a bullwhip?
I don't know. Simon Belmont killed fucking Dracula with it.
Yeah, but he had a hard whip arm. Like, you'd have to be very, very quick. It's gonna hurt your shoulder after a while.
He was in good shape.
It just seems like if somebody's gonna attack me with a whip, I'm going to move 3 inches to the side, and I'm gonna be fine.
Well, Harrison Ford's listening to this episode. Goes, that son of a bitch.
He figured me out.
I know, because in that scene, he just eventually pulls out a gun.
Yeah, exactly. Guns are the answer. Should be called Guns and Violins. But yeah, that's how they spell Sachs. And then Violins is like a film reel with a bunch of suggestive pictures of a lady, presumably Sachs. And then on top of it, in camo letters, it says violin. And there's a picture of a shooting guard, like a shooting target thing.
Are we supposed to be saying violins?
I think it's supposed to be violins.
Violins, not violins. But it's hard to not say violin.
Yeah, well, it's also spelled differently. But it's
spelled differently, but it looks like that's how it's pronounced.
We also don't find out why he's called Violin. So Sachs is the woman's last name. Fair.
Yes. J.J. Sachs is her name.
The other, I can't remember the dude's name. We'll learn it in the book, but it's nothing like Violins. And we find out that was his old Vietnam.
Is his name Ernie?
Ernie something, but it's not Ernie Violins.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be Ernie Violins, or he would have he'd be a brilliant violin player.
Yeah, I'm gonna take down my enemies with the power of music.
Yeah, and he does.
Like the Sonic Disruptors.
Do do do.
He brings them to tears.
Yeah,
and then they kill themselves for crying in front of other men.
Yeah, yes, you have to. It's a shame-based system of revenge. So, all right, well, let's get into this.
I told an old lady at Walmart today to take her revenge. Like, she was just chatting it up with me, talking about like how like her manager at Walmart doesn't like her. And I was walking away. I was like, "You should take your revenge," and then laughed maniacally and walked out of the building.
Well, I mean, she's working at Walmart. Like, if there's any institution we got to stop, it's the alcohol industry, it's BlackRock, as we've established, and then it's Walmart.
Halliburton, is that still a thing?
Yeah, it's still there. If it's not on the news, it's definitely still a thing.
Yeah, keep it quiet.
Because of Amazon, Walmart's more like a local business.
Walmart, I remember, didn't they used to lock immigrants into the store to like force them to work overnight or some shit?
I don't know.
Wasn't that a thing?
It seems like a Googleable question.
Yeah, well, okay. I guess we got time for this shit.
You brought it up.
Locking in immigrants.
There we go.
Walmart locked janitors into stores. Headlines enough for me.
All right, yeah.
Walmart to pay U.S. $11 million in lawsuit on illegal workers.
Dang, I should get a job at Walmart so they can lock me in there so I can get $11 million.
Well, and also you can live in air-conditioned luxury.
No, I hate air conditioning. I was just at my parents' for a few days. I can't stand it. It just feels so weird. I don't like air conditioning.
I mean,
you're alone on this one, bud.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm in the minority.
I'm not saying it's not as good as fresh air, but when it's 100 degrees in Chicago.
I know, but I don't get bothered by that.
Oh God, you need to move to fucking South Africa.
Cause it's because we're recording. I closed my windows and I turned off my fan, so like I'm just sitting in my apartment and it's like super hot.
That's terrible. That's a
Doesn't
fate
bother
worse
me.
than death. That's awful. That's awful. No, I like to keep a nice, cool 72 degrees.
Man, you wait all winter long for it to be warm, and now that it is, you're like, no, it's too warm.
I wait all winter long for it to get to 72 degrees, and then it shoots right past that like a slingshot.
Yeah, we never get to 72 degrees
It's
ever.
never 72 in Chicago. Fuck.
It's either 40 and below or 80 and above.
You get about 7 hours of fall. That's where it's nice and crisp. It's good.
People listening are like, why do they live there? Indeed.
No, I love Chicago. I'm allowed to say it because I live here and I love it, so I'm allowed to shit on it.
How long have you been in Chicago?
It'll be 12 years next month. 12
James?
big years.
James is at 12. Okay. Mike?
Uh,
Well, Mike's actually from Illinois. So
I'm from Illinois, so I don't know how to answer that.
Yeah.
How long have I-
Chicago.
my most recent run of living here has been like probably a little more than James, but not much. Probably like 13, 14 years.
Okay.
And Shea's 13 years, yeah?
Yes. It was
Yeah.
13 years this year.
Yeah.
Look at all these people listening from Chicago, like fucking transplants.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry, y'all.
Sorry I brought GDP into your fucking city.
I grew up in the burbs. Kinda. Sorta. A little bit.
You grew up in Georgia with Meemaw and Peepaw. I think
Oh.
It was
we
Mama and Papa,
I think we
and they
esta-
were in
Ooh.
Kentucky.
I think they
Fan myself with my hat.
Yeah, we already established that.
Oh, bless your hearts.
Oh, boy, it's so hot today, little Shée.
That's James. Now he's like, oh, it's so hot. Thank God I'm in this air conditioning.
Oh, it's so
Weak.
hot here.
Now the next question of like, do I look down on people for needing air conditioning? And the answer is yes.
It's not needing air conditioning. It's just enjoying it.
I see it as weak.
I don't need it. I can live without it.
Like live on the earth. But then why? Okay, then Mike, why do you turn on your heat and wear your coat? It's a shame. I carry every day year round.
And flip flops in the winter.
Like they
Yeah.
just don't. It doesn't bother them.
Yeah.
What
I
if
don't
they're
know, man.
androids? What if they aren't? They weren't real people ever?
Well, I'm pretty sure that you already thought they weren't real people.
Yeah. Well, maybe you guys thought they weren't real people.
No, I think I recognize. I don't think I would have been so terrified of interacting with them if I didn't acknowledge their sentience.
Like, oh, you're an artificial person. That's way easier to get along with.
Yeah, absolutely. You think I wasn't begging for that every night in Detroit City?
Hi, chatbot. Chatbot. Chatbot.
Chadbot?
It's like
Well, that chatbot just got sentience, right? Didn't that priest say
I
it
don't
had
know.
a soul?
I saw the article and like the headline. I was like, oh my god, like this guy got laid off of Google because like the chatbot came to life. But then I saw a photo of the dude, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, he's a lunatic. Fine.
Yeah, he got laid off because he was losing his mind. Yeah. Because we can't. Yeah, if anybody saw recently, like a Google employee who was working with AI development went to Google and said, hey, man, I think this one's sentient, and they laid him off, which looks kind of conspicuous. But then, like, dude, that's just, we always, the way I saw it explained is like, we have a hard time seeing anything without picturing a brain behind it. We always assume that there's a human brain in there somewhere.
Well, usually it's a gorilla with an exposed brain.
Yeah, we can see that, so you can see it working. You can see the electricity firing around the gorilla brain.
Right? Can you
But
imagine
no.
a world if we couldn't see gorillas' brains?
I have nightmares about that world every day. No, you got to see a little bit of brain.
Show a little brain, baby.
Show a little brain. Let it hang on out. That's scrotum, right? Isn't that what brain means? You show a little brain.
Oh yeah, you gotta like squeeze. You gotta squeeze your scrotum so your balls like stick out the
Yeah,
bottom of
you
your,
get, like,
your
the
What
goat,
the shit?
and it makes a brain.
What
guys
the fuck?
get bored.
Mm-hmm.
And so you make shit with your balls?
Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
You
I think
would
it's,
too.
Why do you think it gets all saggy when we get older? Because we're always stretching it out.
Yeah. As soon as it starts skimming that toilet bowl water, we know we fucked up.
Yeah, right. We're like pulling on it like it's like that.
Do you ever try to wrap it around your dick?
It's
Oh,
never that. I never had it that long. Jesus.
Do you ever try to throw it over your shoulder like a continental soldier?
Okay, I'm singing that in my head, but I didn't want to do it.
No, they're goofy things. They're fucking goofy, and they're
Yeah, they're
hanging
weird.
right there.
Yeah, intelligent.
Do you ever
design.
pretend it's a butterfly?
No.
I don't know that form.
Do you ever stretch it out and put it on a newspaper and lift it back up to see if the newspaper
Yeah, like silly putty?
ink got on it?
Yeah, like silly putty.
and
Mike.
you try to see through it. Yeah. Sometimes it's smooth, and sometimes it's ungodly wrinkled. What else?
Yeah.
What? How is that possible?
Yeah, and there's like hair on it sometimes, but then there's like patches where it doesn't for no reason.
It's weird. It's like you download a whole new scrotum every morning. Like, well, I guess I'll see what's going on today.
Right. And it's been around. Like mammals haven't evolved that out yet.
Yeah, zero scrotal consistency whatsoever.
Like that's a successful trait.
Mm-hmm. You want to hang on to that.
Have your exposed balls.
Hanging right there where anyone can kick them. Just anyone.
Or a dog can bite them.
It's amazing to me that like literally every day I'm not seeing people get kicked in the nuts. It just seems like it should be happening all the time.
It does happen every day, like statistically.
Well,
Let's look that up. Look up how many kicks
times,
in the nut are there every day.
How many nut shots?
I don't think you can figure out nut shots per day.
I think if we have enough reporting.
Many
But then again, it's all on
nut
TikTok. I mean, everyone's now filming the nut shots.
I'll just say in the U.S. Let's be specific.
In the U.S. Let's look.
Why did COVID
nut
come up?
shots?
Yeah.
Because I said nut shots.
Shots.
How many
kick to the balls
to scrotum per day in U.S. National analysis of testicular and scrotal trauma in the USA.
There we go. That's pretty close.
This is from 2018, though, so it's out of date.
I don't think it aged out.
Was queried to identify adult male patients with scrotal or testicular trauma. I mean, it's pretty traumatic. Let's see. A total of 8,030 patients had scrotal testicular injury, with 44.6 involved in blunt trauma. Almost half of the people in this supposedly random sampling, have had blunt force trauma applied to their scrotum.
Croquet bats.
Oh my God.
Golf clubs.
Yeah, steel-toed boots.
How many times do you think like these guys in their polo shirts, right, and their golf pants, and they're out golfing as a team, right, or a group, and one guy swings his golf club back and he accidentally smacks the guy behind him in the nuts?
Yeah.
I imagine that happens quite a bit.
Every time.
In Will Ferrell movies.
Well, that's where they got it from. Every time I'm wrapping a guitar cable, somehow the end of it, the hard metal end, always is at the perfect height to swing around and smack me right in the groin.
That's God. That's at that point, it's God doing that to you.
I kind of thought God couldn't see me on account of the lack of baptism, but
Maybe it's not God then.
No, that is why God is doing it, because you're not baptized.
he's been, well,
that's why you get baptized, so then God forgives you.
yeah, that's why you got to do it when you're a baby, because if you get kicked in the nuts as a baby,
Yeah,
like you're
right.
you're never gonna develop at all.
Like I'm fine. Like I kick the nuts all day because I'm baptized. So I'm
yeah,
fine.
you don't even feel it.
No.
Wow.
No. Just makes me hornier for Jesus.
If the church is really trying to get more people signed up, they really should advertise that more publicly.
All right.
Yeah. Speaking of horny, though.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't call this horny. Good Lord.
Believe in Christ and your balls will stop hurting. That's the last thing I had to say about that. Okay.
That should be our shirt. That should be the Dark Side's Couch
We
shirt.
got a lot of good shirt ideas, and we don't have enough people wanting to buy them.
Yeah.
That's a
Someone
problem.
who listening wants to buy a Dark Side's Couch, believe in Christ, and your nuts. What did you say? Believe in.
I'm gonna have to check your balls will stop hurting. I'm gonna have to check the
balls.
records on that. Look, we'll make T-shirts that say anything you want if you're gonna buy them. I don't give a shit.
I don't.
Yeah,
I literally don't give a shit. Like
Yeah.
the more, like whatever disturbing thing you want to do with your life,
Yeah.
I'll help you do it.
Yeah, I'll allow it. All right. So anyway, in this comic book here, we open up with this sex scene, and we got this dude with a porn stash, right?
All right.
Oh, yeah, big old porn stash.
Yep. For a second there, I thought he had two arms sticking behind his head,
Me
but
too.
it was just the pillow.
Oh, yeah. He's lying in bed, and this sexy dame in a teddy is coming in to seduce him, right?
Right. I'm looking at the comic, but as soon as you said a sexy dame in a teddy, I imagine she was wearing like a teddy costume,
bear?
Like a teddy bear costume?
teddy bear costume, and she's just like walking weird towards the bed.
I mean, that happens too.
Yeah, they're
but-
called furries.
Well, they're called yiffs. The furries don't necessarily have sex in the costumes.
Yeah, right. Whatever.
I respect the different varieties of weirdo. And so, she gets in bed as one naturally would do. And then we see behind her, well, first of all, we see that they kiss like real people do by opening their mouths wide, sticking their tongues out, and touching them.
I've done that.
Yeah, like docking.
I've
like
done
docking
that.
a couple of
Yeah,
penis.
that's when you're getting when you're not even thinking about what you're doing is weird. You're just so horny for each other.
Yeah.
I've done a lot of
No,
weird
I don't
shit
know.
like
That's a weird. That's super fucking weird. That's
You know
a
when you all
weird
both
panel.
open your mouths way too much, like wide, because you're both so into it, and you're just trying
Yeah.
to slobber on each other.
Oh, yeah, I've done this.
It's like it's like this.
It's also a trope when you see people have sex in the movies.
Yeah,
of seeing them specifically like touch tongues.
Open their mouth and touch tongues. Why don't you just have sex with
if
a
you
dog?
watch It's
then,
Always
if that's
Sunny
what you want.
in the sex scene with Glenn, when they mock all the romantic comedy and 80s sex scenes.
Oh, from when the gang goes skiing?
No, from the dentist system.
Oh, okay, and he's open mouth kissing women
with the tongue out. This
I'm
got
gonna have to-
real fucking specific. Sorry, but the point is that it's. I felt like it was thrown in there because again, it's a super common thing.
I think they were just trying to show like now they're Frenching.
Yeah, I don't know. I think people should kiss standing up with their hands at their sides. It's the only way. That's the only way to kiss.
Yeah, I've only see you and Mike kiss that way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I'm saving something for marriage.
Mm-hmm.
And creeping up behind them is this big dude with an axe, right? And he proceeds to chop this lady's head right clean off.
What happens is she's making out with the guy,
But you can't tell that initially.
and like she's like making out with the guy, right? And he like the mustache tickles her nose, and she sneezes, so her head backs up, and the actor with the axe accidentally for real cuts her head off.
That's not what happened.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's true. We'll see if
It never happened.
Okay. One way or the other, this lady's head comes off.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And then we find out they're filming a movie.
Yep.
And the first time I read this, I thought
No, they're not filming a movie. They're taking pictures. It looks like
fair. Okay, fair. And the
But
first
they're
time,
snuff.
I thought it was legit, like it was just a special effects. But now, upon second reading, I realized, oh no, they really are filming snuff photos.
Yes.
Which is one of those topics I have it on my list of topics I always try to steer the show away from, and I try to keep Mike from seeing that list, and here we are.
I'm not making a big deal about it.
Yeah? You know, there's never been a verified snuff film. It's believed they might not exist.
You know, I don't want to Google.
I have Googled.
You know what? It's like I want to add like snuff elements to comics that don't have them. If we're doing a comic that already has something like it, I have nothing to add.
Well, okay, it got too edgy.
No, you know what I'm saying? Like you're like, oh, I want to
Right.
keep this away from Mike. It's like, well, what I do is I say terrible things about normal comics. Here we have a
Right.
comic that has terrible things in it.
Oh, you gotta
like,
go.
I don't need to ramp it up. It's already
corner
there.
Yeah, but no, Shée, I looked into it because I had always heard that. It's like nobody's ever found an actual that meets the actual qualifications to be a snuff film, to be a film.
After James saw these panels, he just got so hard he had to take care of it any way he could.
Right. Well, I mean, your fetishes they adapt and you become desensitized.
So there are definitely videos of people being murdered, though. So what's the definition of a snuff film?
It has to be a film where someone is murdered and then they sell the recording of it in like an underground network. That's never been found. The FBI has investigated. They've never found it. They've never found that has happened. Now there's videos of random people dying, or there's videos of corpses and things being done to corpses, but there's never been a video found that was, sold as like a black market video that was just people being killed intentionally. Martin Sheen, actually, in like 1991.
Oh, I know this story.
Yeah, he got a hold of a guinea pig, the blood of pain or whatever it's called, and about like a samurai murdering a woman, and he thought it was real to the point where he called the FBI. The FBI said, yeah, this looks real. The FBI investigated, concluded that, yeah, it is real. And then the filmmakers had to come out and go, no, we can prove it's not real. And they actually had to like bring the actors back and everything. And they've actually filmed a follow-up movie showing how they made the first movie because it was so convincing.
I'll have to see
Cannibal
that movie.
Holocaust had the same thing happen.
Cannibal
They had to bring in
Holocaust was another
people.
one, yeah.
Yep, they had to go like bring in the actors that died in the movie. Like, see, they're not
Yeah.
dead.
Yeah, there's a few like that. But yeah, they've never found it. I can kind of understand why, because like what's the like you're already making if you're in the black market, you're already making money from drugs and murder and sex. Why would you add the additional risk of documenting your murder like that? You're just handing over evidence, basically. Like there's no benefit in that over what you're
People
already
do
making.
that, though. There are many murderers who record themselves.
Murdering
Yes.
and selling them.
No.
But
But
that's-
murdering,
that-
they're still leaving evidence.
But
I mean,
they're-
is
but those-
there video of murders on like Frontline and shit?
Like, what do you mean by Frontline?
Like Frontline, like the show, like the
Oh.
news show. Like they show footage of people getting blown up.
That's different though. That's not filmed with the intention of selling it. And those psychopaths who might film something like that, like again, they're doing it because they're messed up in the head. They're not part of an underground economy.
All right.
Like it's never been found. I could believe that it doesn't exist.
Oh, like that like Nicolas Cage movie 8mm.
Yeah.
Is that in there?
That? Yeah,
Yep.
that's about a snuff movie.
I mean, there was the one that we all saw that actually aired live in the 80s. Remember this one?
Get what you fucking deserve!
That went out live. Everyone in Gotham saw that.
Oh yeah, right.
No wonder the city's so fucked up. They watched a guy get murdered on live TV.
That's the only part of the movie I liked.
No,
It's funny because
except
Joaquin
for all the
Phoenix
rest of it.
is an 8mm.
Is he really?
Oh, is he? Oh yeah, he is. Yeah, he
Good for
is.
him.
So here, like the axe wielding guy cuts off the lady's head, and the director yells out "cut," and he is
That's
unhappy because his male star isn't selling it enough.
His male star has an 8mm, as it were.
Hey-o,
And
I
it's
got
kind of
that.
hard to do a take 2 here.
Yeah, because it turned out they actually did kill this lady, but the director doesn't like his male star. He thinks he kind of sucks, and he doesn't look passionate in these photos they're taking.
Mm-hmm. And the executioner guy, like the stagehands, are like, dude, what you cut? You sent the head flying.
Yeah, what are you gonna? What's that about? And he actually is very courteous, and he goes looking for the head.
Yeah, he's like,
And-
I've inconvenienced the crew.
This, which when I thought this was a fake movie, that's when I liked the dude because I was like, okay, he's the nice big, he's the big dumb goofus, but no, he's a monster.
Yeah, and they lift up the head, and the director freaks out, and he's just like, oh my god, I gotta photograph this head.
Yeah, this was exactly what I was looking for,
Yeah, I wonder if
and
that-
gets them pictures.
I wonder if that was a union crew.
Well, yeah, that's why they're in such a rush because they're going to go into golden time.
All right, it's
Gonna
almost
cut these
lunch.
guys.
I'm not taking this meal penalty.
Yeah, get these guys out of here. Wrap this up. So that's the end of that first scene, and then we cut to a scene of our sexy lady, Juanita Jean Sachs is her name.
Mm-hmm. And she's
So
wearing a
JJ.
shirt. She's wearing a shirt that says "My eyes are up here."
That was a big funny joke in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah, but all it does though is make you look at people's tits.
It does. Well, I think that might be a little bit intentional. Like,
Because I'm
you
trying
know,
to read. I'm trying to read what your shirt says.
if I got great tits, I want people seeing them.
All right, and she's got them red shorts that really showcase her ass.
Dude, she is a good-looking woman. However, I don't understand. So she's got curly hair, right? But then she's got like some bits of straight hair, just kind of poking out, like some bangs and things. And I don't understand how that works. Shée, you like hair? What is that?
It's called "She Got Her Hair Done."
But I've never seen like curly hair on the top and on the back and everything, and then just like some bangs, some straight bangs poking out. It looks like she's wearing a curly wig on top of her real hair.
No.
Whoa.
No. Her bangs are, she's probably just blow dried them.
Why? So you just selectively blow dry part of the hair.
Yes.
I think that looks stupid.
God, James.
Damn.
I judge much. I think it looks stupid. I think you look stupid.
I got a spoiler for you about every pair of bangs pretty much you've ever seen.
But then you have the rest of the hair is dramatically different from the bang.
That's called a haircut.
Yeah.
We don't have dramatically different part. Mike, what the fuck would you know about this?
Isn't some of your hair shorter and some other parts of your hair longer?
Yes, but they're not
How is that different from what
differently.
you just said?
Because they're not styled
Yes,
differently.
one's cut with a buzzer and
Oh, a
one's cut with
cut.
scissors.
Yeah, but one is not curled and the other is straight.
God, Boomer Patrol.
It's called Boom Patrol. People don't seem to realize it's a joke on Doom Patrol. That's what that is.
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah,
You're
nobody
a joke
seemed to.
on Doom Patrol.
Yeah.
I didn't get it.
God, I wish people read comic books. It'd make my life a lot easier.
I didn't even watch that show.
Yeah.
You're missing out.
Yeah, I know. I don't care.
Okay.
So Juanita, she's walking down the street and she gets accosted by this dude who probably would like some drugs.
All right, they're in Chicago.
But he's got a gun, so he's clearly gonna
No, so they're really in
steal
Chicago.
from her.
He's
Are they in
gonna-
Chicago?
No.
Well,
I think
she's
they're in-
being
I
mugged.
thought it was Times Square.
Yeah, she's being mugged,
Yeah,
and
it's
the
New
guy
York.
has a gun. I just assumed.
Ah.
I mean, look, this lady's got everything going for her in the world. She's hot, she's fit, she's young. This guy's got nothing, and she's taken that away from him.
Right.
Like he just wanted some drugs and some.
He's got a mustache.
He's got his little trash stash going. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Let's pour one out for this guy.
Yeah. Pour it
right?
out for this guy. He was
Like,
just doing.
well, she kills him. Like, He dies.
She does.
First thing she does is she uses her purse to knock his gun, and then she
Right.
gets down and kicks him in the nuts. Oh, you should call up that database. Let them know you
There we
found
go.
one.
Yeah, I got to add one to that.
And then she palm strike uppercuts him in the jaw, and then judo flips him on his dome on the concrete sidewalk. Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah, his
And then
brains
kicks
are
him in the
leaking out.
face.
Yeah, and kicks him for good measure.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, he's
That's a
dead.
good call. Yeah. He is dead, and we do find out she didn't call the cops, and now I guess we know why.
That's why. Yeah, because she killed the dude.
She'd be in jail, and she just goes to the subway, and nobody in a crowded New York street has any problem with any of this.
I don't think anyone would at all.
Yeah. Then we get a pretty cool title page: Sachs and the Single Girl.
Yeah, who's the single girl?
Yeah, I think. Well, okay. So where it says Sachs, inside the letter Sachs, we see Juanita walking, and inside the words "single girl," we see a body outline, which
Oh,
is
so it's the
With
dead
no head.
friend.
the
Oh,
dead
okay.
friend
Okay.
is the dead. We'll find out that's her dead friend. And then she's the single girl. Things didn't go too well for her.
Which is a play off of a book called Sex and the Single Girl.
Is it?
Yes.
Well, here, speaking of guns, we could see Eddie's got a pair of them right there.
Ernie, yeah.
Ernie's, Eddie.
yeah. Ernie's got a pair. So Juanita is making her way to Ernie's shitty apartment.
It looks okay. Look how much space he has.
Yeah.
He's
He's got room for a fucking studio.
In New York, that is pretty impressive.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, he's got a lot of space, but he doesn't have much for. It's very Spartan. He's not a high class individual. We're gonna find out he's a former war photographer. He was in Vietnam,
Yeah. He's a vet.
and he's prone to crazy PTSD induced rage outs.
Oops.
Yeah, which is probably why he's single and 50.
Is he 50? How old is he supposed to be? Well,
don't
he was in Vietnam, and this comic book
Right.
came out when?
93.
So he'd be in probably his 40s.
He's a hard 40. It's a hard 45
A hard
or so.
40, yeah.
Not looking good. So Juanita comes in and she says, "Hey, I'm sorry I'm late for our shoot. I just had to kill this guy.
Yep.
He's murdered a man."
No, she didn't say murdered. At no point does she say that she murdered this man.
It's an understood agreement between the two of them. So she shows up, and it turns out that this dude has been just shooting porno all this time.
Yep, because he's fucking awesome.
Yeah, well, because he can't handle. I guess he can't handle his memories of the war.
All right, so might as well just...
Would you rather shoot war or tits?
Tits.
Yeah,
Well,
he got
I
on.
don't know. What's the war?
You know, which was it? One of those cool wars? Was it Tech War?
Yeah, right. Am I going into tech world now?
Was it the Cola Wars?
Tech war or Star War? Ooh, people love the Star War.
Yeah, but it took
Yeah,
place.
but it's the 80s Reagan one.
Yeah, but Star Wars took place in the past.
Oh,
You
right.
missed a boat on that. Yeah, I don't know, man. I guess we're supposed to not think that he's one of the creepy dudes who goes on Model Mayhem to ask women to pose nude because
Nope.
he just loves to study the human form, right?
Nope. You look at him. He's too much of a Sigma male to do something like that.
Well, she shows up. She immediately takes all her clothes off in front of him. Nice.
Because she doesn't see him
This
as
isn't her first time.
She doesn't see him as a sexual man.
Still, though, yeah, exactly. It's because she doesn't see him sexually. It's
Or
not.
maybe she doesn't see this work sexually.
Oh, that'd be a shame.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Because I certainly see it sexually.
Yeah,
yeah,
clearly.
I
Or
mean,
maybe,
she's
yeah,
a babe.
she might be just doing her job.
I mean, she's got that little butt dimple. You know, a little dimple above the butt crack.
Yep. That means she's doing her squats.
That's sexy as shit.
Sign
and
of
so-
hard work, James.
Why is that aimed at me? I probably got some dimples back there. It's just hard to see.
Let's see.
Take a look at my dimples.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's turn around right now.
Show us that ass.
Yeah, let's see
What do we got
James's
going here?
dimples.
I can't.
Dimples and cum gutters. Dimples and cum
Stop.
gutters.
I don't like that phrase. I don't care.
I don't
Cum
care if you
gutters?
like
That's
it or
what
not.
it's called.
No,
it's called cum gutters.
It's called the Adonis belt.
It's called cum gutters.
Why am I doing this?
I don't know, because as I asked you, now you're doing it.
Where'd that tramp stamp come from?
Oh my God! It says "Enter Dick here."
Wow. The weird part is it's not over his butthole, guys.
It actually says "No condom needed."
I'd be way more subtle about that. I'm not trash. I am a classy
I know.
lady.
That's why it's written in Chinese.
It's called kanji. It's not called Chinese. It's called kanji. And there are 5 different cases of it, if you really want to know. And you don't.
And your shitty tattoo has all of them.
I will say, like, there's a lot of, like, you can actually follow the action in this fucking book.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I do want to pay some
It's Peter
praise.
David.
Well,
It's Peter David and George Perez.
well, I'm talking about like you can actually see the flow from panel to panel. Like there's a lot of complex movements, and you actually know what characters are doing.
They're making this and they're thinking to themselves, they're saying, man, I'm so glad we got complex movements now. He goes, right, no more of that shitty ass uncomplex, simple movements.
Well, you saw that in old Golden Age comic books where somebody would just wing somebody in the face, and it's just, a simple movement. But you got people moving all kinds of ways. You got facial expressions. You have complicated scenes where you'll have 5 different characters all doing something different. Like,
Is that why they always
impressive.
is that why they always karate chopped each other in old
It's
comics?
just easier to draw, probably. Yeah.
Like, let's
Fuck
make it seem like a
this.
karate chop is devastating.
I can draw an open hand way easier than a fist. Let's just
You
go with
never
the,
see karate chops in MMA.
well, they're
and
too
I
devastating.
believe as a child, I definitely thought a karate chop was more powerful than it was.
Let's look up to see like MMA fight won by karate chop.
MMA fight. Well, I think any karate chop we need to look for. Let's see here. Oh, wow. Josh Barnett utilizes a most powerful karate chop.
No, that video is 13 minutes long. Fuck that.
Shit, there's got to be
Yeah.
something short. Karate chop's legal.
They are.
Karate chops are a legal tactic in MMA, but you need to be careful about where you use it.
Right, because they're karate chopping each other in the groin, so they had to stop them.
I was once working at an MMA show, and I saw it was the heavyweight or the semi-heavyweight or whatever there was, and they're big dudes. And the fight goes on, and the one dude, as they're wrestling, the one dude accidentally steps on the other dude's groin. Clearly just shattered his pelvis, right? And so the second guy is just lying there, and everyone gets out of the ring, and it's a good few minutes before anyone goes in to check on the guy. Like, he's just sitting there in agony for a long time, and eventually somebody comes up and they talk to him and everything like that, and eventually they bring out a stretcher, and as soon as they start to move on the stretcher, the audience boos. They booed that he didn't get up and continue the fight. Like,
You
this
think
dude
the-
will never walk again.
You think the other fighter like was walking away and he had his dick and balls like stuck to the bottom of his feet?
He's got a toothpick and he's picking it off.
All right, under people who ask, it says, are karate chops effective? Yeah, let's see what that says.
People also ask, is extremely effective technique.
I don't know. I never see it in UFC. Hey,
Yeah.
have karate chops ever been effectively used in UFC? That's what we want.
That looks like
Where are you
that's from
seeing that?
Reddit.
It's above.
I'm
It's
seeing
above. Yeah, it's on Reddit. Yeah.
It's on
Right
Reddit?
above there. Yep,
Yeah,
right
yeah,
there.
right there.
Have karate.
Nope.
Oh,
No.
the headline one. Okay.
Yeah,
okay,
the headline
okay.
one.
All right. Everybody calm down.
No, I want to know. I
These are
gotta
getting
know now.
too much testosterone on this podcast.
Yeah, the first one says you're a karate chop.
Followed by fucking got him.
Good move, Tech Prod FX 16.
Fuck yeah,
Good on
dude.
ya.
Yeah.
They should just close the. They should have closed the thread.
They should have. Yeah, comments have been
Done.
closed.
Hammer Fist is a karate chop, but also you never know who these people are. These could be just like little weakling 16-year-old boys. Like,
Well, yeah,
and
but they
they're-
might have linked a video or something.
Right. That's what I was hoping for. Here we go.
I mean, this is a lot of shit.
yeah. All right. I'll look it up later.
Let's just
I'll
say
go
yeah.
through. I'll go through hours of UFC footage, and then
Yeah.
whichever one has a karate chop, I'll put it on Twitter.
No throat strikes. Stay out of the throat. You can't do
Because
that.
they're pussies.
Yeah, can't handle it.
UFC 1, there was literally no rules.
I mean, Henry Rollins would do great. You can't get through that guy's neck.
That guy is like 5'5".
Can't get through Ernie's neck either.
Yeah. I'm just talking about neck strength.
The most unrealistic thing about this comic is that they're not fucking.
Yeah.
Well, and that
Like
does become
he
an
is,
issue.
he's a
Or that
he-
they've never fucked.
like he's he's like a gorilla of a man who's taking sexy photos of her, and she, like there's no way they're not fucking.
Or maybe this is a job to her. And
I know, they're gonna be hooking up.
I've known women who did nude photography and they didn't fuck the photographers.
Do they look like this dude? Fucking
Well, this dude
sexy,
looks terrible.
sexy daddy.
Wait, you think this guy looks sexy?
Dude, look at them guns. That guy is ripped.
No, he looks
That
like the
man is
rhino
not
outside of his
sexy.
costume. Yeah, this is not a sexy man.
Daddy.
No, not a sexy man. He's got a widow's peak.
So what?
It's not a good look.
It's giving me Steven Seagal vibes.
You guys were trying very hard to convince me earlier that like schlubby dudes can get hot chicks, and I was like, no, they can't. And now I'm just like, hey, look at this dude, and they're like, no, look at him. There's no way.
No, we didn't say he couldn't bang her. We just said he wasn't attractive.
Yeah, he's not a good looking
No,
man.
he's attractive. Like they should be attracted to his strength.
Should be attracted to his personality.
Should be attracted how much he looks like a gorilla.
So she might fuck him because attractive women will fuck schlubby dudes.
If you're built like a tank, maybe. Not if you're like a car salesman or something.
I don't know that women really like tank-shaped men.
Some do.
I think
some women like a man who can dominate another man. That's an attractive quality for some women.
I think there's a point where you just cross the threshold and you're no longer attractive to anyone but yourself.
Like you never hear of like a champion in a sport be single.
Well, yeah, but
No
a champion
agony,
is
no braggony.
You know
the
what I'm
champion
saying?
is rich, though. The champion is rich. He's got
Yeah, but
money.
it's also that he's dominated all these other men in a physical outing.
Yeah, I'm not necessarily saying the skill isn't attractive, but I'm saying like specifically men who look like giant boxy tanks that just look like a refrigerator with veins in it. Like I think a lot of women think that's too much.
All right, well, okay, white man. Like, we don't want to hear your opinion on it. Shée, is that too much? Let's ask Shée.
Show's all about our opinions. Shée,
What?
you like a refrigerator man?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
You said yeah and no.
No, I said it in the Midwestern way.
Yeah, no means no, and no, yeah means yes.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no.
Why don't people like us more?
Yeah, nah.
It's perfectly clear. All right. So anyway, they spend the night taking photographs.
Yeah, and fucking.
No, they don't. It does not happen. They take some amazing photographs, though.
They're very
Right.
fun.
Yeah.
George
Yeah.
Perez got to go all out.
He's like, I can't wait to draw sexy ladies. And beat
I like
off.
this. Yeah, this one where
And
she's
he
holding
did.
a giant balloon in front of her bust. That's pretty hot.
Yeah, what if he's like drawing these and like he gets so worked up he starts like jacking off in front of his table, but his wife comes in. What are you doing?
He doesn't have a wife.
Oh, and he's like
He's-
trying to cover up all. He's trying to cover up the drawings.
He's scared all women away because of his weird freakouts that he has.
No, George.
George
the
Perez.
The craze of the comics.
Well, I'm not going to disparage him.
I'm not disparaging him. I'm saying that he probably had a common occurrence with his wife as he's drawing naked ladies.
R.I.P. another goat. So they work all the way through 8 a.m., right? And then he's like, well, here's my chance. She's all warmed up. She's all
Yep.
lubed up. Why don't I take her out to breakfast?
Yep, and she's like, sorry, I gotta go fuck a younger guy.
Yep. I got to go get dug out by a whole train of 20-year-olds.
That's not what she said.
That's what he hears.
Yeah,
That's definitely
that's what
how
I
he's
meant here. Yeah,
interpreting
yeah,
it.
oh yeah, definitely.
Who are you going to fuck?
No,
is he?
because she's going to meet her sister, who we
It
learned does not fuck.
It
Yeah,
doesn't
she
matter.
does.
A guy who is completely simping for a woman.
Look at them guns. His
And then-
shoulders are like bowling balls. Yeah, women don't like that.
If a guy is simping for a woman and the woman leaves for any reason, he assumes she's going to go fuck some other guy.
All right.
I think that's the simp mind at work.
Have you ever simped, James? Is this coming from experience? Have you ever simped?
I think maybe we all have.
I
to
have
a
for sure.
little
I've
extent.
simped.
Yeah,
I've simped
I mean,
before I took that bag of black pills. Now I know better.
Yeah. I think I've. It's just one of those things that you, as the years go on, you get better and better. I think by the time I was like 31, I'd stopped simping. You know. When'd you
I
stop
stopped when
simping?
someone told me that girls like guys who were 6 feet 6 feet taller, and I'm like, I just made it.
Just made the cutoff.
I'm desirable for that one thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, then you hit middle age and you start shrinking. You're like
No,
right
I've
on
been,
the
no, I've
cusp.
been, you know what? I have because I've been stretching and doing yoga and exercising and just hanging from the pull-up bar. I'm like I used to be 5'11", and now I'm like 6 foot and some change. Isn't that weird?
I wonder if I could squeeze another inch out. Because I do a pull-up bar. I have a
Yeah,
pull-up
just
bar.
hang from it or do yoga. Like I've definitely stretched out a little bit.
I mean, I could also wear a pinstripe suit and
Yep.
walk
Spike
with
your
a
hair.
tiny
and
dog.
Yeah, and have to wear those platform shoes with the fish in them.
I saw that episode of Simpsons. So anyway, all right. So she leaves, and in comes his name's not Violins, but he's known as Violins. Ernie. So Ernie's agent comes in, and he's Mr. Mixels-Pitalik, I guess.
Yeah.
He's this weird looking old man.
He's a weird looking dude. See, that guy's not getting laid.
No, absolutely not. No.
He's got a bow tie.
Yeah. He's got a bow tie. He's got that weird hairstyle where you've got a couple tufts on the side and then a tuft on top.
Yeah, he's in a hurry to go have brunch with mother.
Like when you just shave your head at that point. Just shave it.
That's
You look
that's
ridiculous.
that gets old after a while. I'm at that point now where it's just like I don't care.
Yeah, you know what else gets old after a while? Showering. Basic maintenance. I still do
No,
it.
showering feels really good.
I don't like to shower. If I didn't have to do any kind of maintenance, Shée doesn't shower at all. Shée took
Dude.
What the fuck?
On my days off, I take 2 showers. I'll take one when I wake up and one before
too
I
many
go to
showers.
bed.
Well,
Oh,
Shée,
it
I'm
feels
not.
so good.
Okay, I'm exaggerating, Shée, but you're shower averse.
I don't shower every day. No.
Oh, gross, dude.
I don't shower every day.
Oh, God. First, your house is covered in bunny urine, and you
All right,
don't
not
take
exactly
showers.
true.
The stench must be unbearable.
Well, but when Shée does take a shower, she gets a whole layer of skin off. Just completely. It's bloody. It's awful.
Peels it off, and then just like it's like fully formed. Like
You gotta remember, a shower for me is a whole fucking production, though.
It is. Shée takes like 2.5 hour long showers.
I do
Why?
not. I take like 30 to 40-minute showers.
Oh, because like you're a girl and you have your hair, and you
gotta
like,
get
do
all
your-
the-
Well, that's the
hair
other
off.
thing. I can't wash my hair and shower at the same time
Why not?
because
why
of the
not?
heat.
I don't understand.
I can't use hot water to wash my hair
Oh.
Why?
because I dye it
Oh,
one color.
oh, really? I had no idea that was a thing. What an
Yeah.
inconvenience.
Shée
So I have to wash
yeah.
my hair separately when I.
So you gotta wear like that cap.
Yep.
You gotta wear like a shower cap, like a cartoon.
Which we're gonna see in the
character.
comic book, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was real.
Yeah, it's got
Oh, that's a
polka
real
dots
thing.
and a bow on it.
Wow.
If I
Yeah,
if I wanted to dye my hair and someone told me that, I'd be like, I don't want to dye my hair anymore.
Yeah, I can understand why that's a lot of work. I've actually been trying to go to the barber on a regular basis, and that's a fucking hassle.
Yeah,
And
don't
takes,
do it.
It takes like 9 minutes to cut my hair, and I'm still like, dude, I can't be doing this every month.
No, don't do it. Just stop.
No,
Shave
I'm
it
not
off or
doing
grow it
that.
out. One or the other.
No, I still got it. I'm gonna enjoy it while I got it, and I've had it long before. I've had it halfway down my back.
Not like
and I don't really want to
freakishly
go back to
long.
that.
I just mean like, let it go for a while. Have a nice
still-
shag. And then
I've
shave
had-
it off and then
I've
grow
had
it
to get
back.
I've got it. That's kind of what I do a lot, but then I feel ashamed. I feel the same way when I go into the barber and my hair is super shaggy. I feel the same way I feel when I wait too long to get an oil change. Like they're
You're
judging
going
me.
in there and he sees how long your hair is and he's thinking of all that money he lost out on.
I've actually thought of that as well. Yeah. Because my hair grows super fast, so really I should be in there like every month, and they probably like, son of a... Because I go to the same place now. I finally found a place. And I go, son of a bitch, this motherfucker could be coming in every 3 weeks, putting more food on my table.
Yep. You're taking
doesn't.
food out of his table, James. You're just
Taking food right off that table.
Like Savage Dragon, you're just whipping it against the wall.
Savage Dragon just eating a big turkey leg while he makes a geriatric old man go to work on Christmas morning. Love it.
Merry Christmas! As he leaves.
He's just gnawing on the bone.
We probably should have did that comic on Christmas in retrospect.
Well, we didn't know.
Yeah, I didn't even know it had Christmas in it.
We did not know.
There's plenty of fucked up Christmas stuff. So anyway, this weird old man who's Ernie's agent shows up and he's like, dude, you're not making any money just filming these hot chicks all the time. Why don't you go back to taking pictures of death and shit like you did back in Vietnam?
And he's like, yeah, all right, you're right.
No, he doesn't. Instead, to try and convince Ernie, he shows him a picture. We don't get to see what the picture is, but he shows him a picture that Ernie took in the past, and Ernie has a complete freak out.
Yeah, and look at the definition on his shoulders, and you're telling me that this man is not attractive?
That man has a redwood holding up his cranium.
Yeah.
That man looks like Henry Rollins yelling.
Some girls like that.
I don't think they do.
Like they
Shée
like
doesn't.
a strong. Was she like weaklings like you?
100%. 14 and a half inch guns. 100% of the women on this podcast do not find that attractive.
This is true. Can't
That's a
deny that.
Representative sample. What was on that picture?
It was probably like I don't know.
It's probably
Him and a
loved
dog?
one.
Is that
Yeah.
the?
One who died? No, that's just on the wall.
That was his dog. Like he befriended in Vietnam, and then it got captured and by the Viet Cong.
And he tried to turn it into a cyber dog, like in that issue of Cops.
Yeah, we should go back to Cops.
I have to tell you, I picked an issue. Go back about, I don't know, about 30 or so, 40 episodes ago to the Cops episode. I picked that issue, but all of them were insane.
Yeah.
All of them were out of control. So, yeah, we should put Cops back on the wheel. So anyway, so he freaks out, and he is beating the holy shit out of this old man.
Well, he's strangling him, and then he realizes what he's doing, and then he was like, "Oh shit!" I'm like, "Sorry, dude. Are you okay?" And the guy runs off because he's weak.
The guy said, "Dude, fuck this. This happens every fucking time I see you."
Look at the size of his forearms, dude. That guy's chopping wood.
Yeah, he's a very powerful man, but I think
I would love to be that thick of a boy.
Why?
Yeah,
Because look how strong he is. That'd be great. You have a super strong body.
but he's slow.
You know he's not. Look how quickly he just picked up that old man and started strangling him.
This 70-pound old man.
just
He's
pull him
quick
right
to
off the ground.
violence doesn't mean he's quick.
Look at the size of this dude.
He ain't quick-witted either.
Yeah, he is. Come on.
He's
Leave
got
him alone.
his little ponytail, and
He's having problems.
Yes, he
The
is.
girl he likes doesn't notice him. He's having flashbacks of Vietnam. He just lost his agent.
Lost his agent. His dick don't work. All kinds of problems.
Now he's got to go. You know, yeah, it does because now he's got to go into the red room and beat off to the photos.
Yeah.
There's a Twitter profile photo right there in the corner.
Life is hard.
Life is hard. That's true.
Not mine, actually.
Let's see.
I can't ever say my life is hard. Because
because you don't recognize other people exist.
Like, life's not that hard.
As soon as you recognize the sentience of other people, life becomes exponentially more complicated.
Like, I work a lot sometimes, but like most of the time, I'm just not working.
Yeah, I did sit around all week, and I got paid handsomely to do it.
Yeah, I'm just like a lot of times I'm fucking off.
Most of what I did this week was play with that Dolly AI. And I just made like skeleton made out of donuts and all kinds of just AI generated images. Mariah Carey eating a mountain was one of them. I was having a great time. Send us your best fucked up AIs.
Oh yeah. Go ahead and do that, but have them be of risque and problematic images.
Can we draw the line at racism? Can we draw the line at don't send me racist
I want
shit.
your horniest AI.
Horny is fine.
Images. That's what I mean. I want
us some
subversive.
horny AI.
Horny AI images.
Go to Dolly
Just
and
dicks eating dicks.
I want you to. This is what I want you guys to do. I want you to go to those like sites where they have the porn comics of superheroes. Or I want you to take those and AI warp them and then send them to me on Twitter.
I like that. I like that very much. Yeah, send it Dark Sex Couch on Twitter or Facebook or Instagram. Send it along. We want to see it.
Because I'll repost all that shit.
We'll talk about it on the show.
I will do it. Yeah, we'll talk about it.
This is your chance. This is your big chance.
Like, I'm not. Do people think I'm kidding? I keep asking for this, and nobody does it.
We don't get enough of it. No, we're serious. We will talk about it.
Send me erotic fan art. I want it. Send it to me.
This is not a bit.
No, I've been asking for how long now? Like 4 years?
Yeah. Let's see. We've got a little bit. Somebody sent us those images of like male genitals if they were superheroes.
Oh yeah,
that was pretty good. But yeah, we need more. Stock's low.
What the bug?
Yeah, send us more. So anyway, these couple of schlubs are tasked with driving this woman's dead body from earlier in the comic, driving her dead body across town to, I guess, the dumping grounds, whatever.
Yeah, one of them is Donald Trump, and the other one is Nikola Tesla.
All right, fine. That's amusing to me. That's all that matters. And so the Donald Trump guy's riding shotgun, but he's beaten off to these pictures. Like, he got some pictures from the shoot, and he forces Tesla to look at these pictures while he's driving, and they get in a horrible car wreck.
They get into that's a terrible accident, and the dead body and the head fall off the back.
Right. Separately. Mm-hmm. So they wrapped up the body separately from the head. Mm-hmm. I just wrap it all up in one big bag. I don't know why they're doing that. There's actually a panel where a bunch of people just simultaneously yell, "Oh shit!" Which sounds like something we would.
Fun.
It sounds like what we would pretend they said, but they actually said it.
What's weird is they used this sheet that soaked up and showed blood.
Yeah.
Like normally, when you have a dead body, you wrap it up in a tarp.
Well, yeah, but she died on the bed sheet, so now they gotta get rid of the bed sheet as well. This is just a way
you put all that in the tarp. I should know from the snuff films I make.
Yes. which you will not be posting on the Dark Side's Couch Twitter. So stop asking.
I will. I will.
It's too dark. Like this is what made me uncomfortable about this. It's just like
that's what Twitter is for.
No, Twitter is an awful cesspool.
I've seen some horrific shit on Twitter.
Twitter's not a good thing to be on unless you're checking out the Dark Side's Couch Twitter account and subscribing.
I just had like a collage of horrible images I've seen on Twitter.
Yeah, just a montage. It's just so bad. Like it's so bad.
It's fine. I enjoy it.
It's hard to even look at it. It's just so awful.
I love Twitter.
I hate Twitter a lot. Actually, I did once try to make an. I think it's still active, but it was never used or anything. I did once try to make a Twitter, and it was the name was Nice Anton LaVey, and it was just going to be tweets of Anton LaVey saying nice things, just positive, happy, compassionate things. And the second I signed up for it, they flagged it and said, no, this isn't happening. And they banned it for like 7 days, before, the minute I created the account.
On Twitter?
Yeah, this was
Twitter
years
doesn't
ago.
give
This
a
was a lot of years ago.
fuck.
This was a lot of
like,
years
man,
ago.
they changed them rules.
No, they did not want me doing that. They were not happy with that. Maybe it's because I used a real person's name.
You could use whatever real name you want.
I don't know. But yeah, apparently they needed to protect Anton LaVey's reputation. They didn't want me tarnishing it.
Such a well-known guy.
Yeah. So anyway, then we flash to what is it? It's not the YMCA. Is there a YFCA? Young Women's or YWCA?
Just Google it.
Yes, of course there's a YWCA.
Okay, so they're at the Y. They're at the Y. We can just say they're at the Y. I called them females instead of women, like a fucking incel.
You did, because you're an incel.
You did.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
you are.
Both
you're like
you guys today.
You're a Ferengi.
Let me tell you about the female brain, okay?
That should be a sound effect I should send you. Is one of the Ferengis from Star Trek saying female.
It's so gross. They're all wearing fedoras. Oh God!
I fucking love the Ferengis. Those guys are fucking funny, dude.
So they're at the Y. It's Sachs and her sister, and they're
who's
we get
also
all kinds of
super hot.
backstory. Also super hot, yeah. Mm-hmm. And we get a bunch of backstory. We find out that I guess their dad is like a military man, and the naked pictures of her daughter are making their way around the base.
Right.
Oops.
Oopsie. And she doesn't care at all. No shame whatsoever.
No
Nope.
oops.
She's like, I hope Dad's beating off to him too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He got off before he recognized the face.
How does that offend you, Christ sister? Huh?
Well, we haven't mentioned that her sister's a nun.
Oh yeah, she's a nun.
Yeah.
Well, I
Shée-
mentioned that she wasn't having sex.
Yes, Shée, nuns are having sex, dude. Of course they are. The
Not
priests
supposed
and the
to be
nuns
having sex.
are having sex with each other. When they're young and they're in the seminary, they're fucking each other. Of course they are. Are you kidding?
From what I've always heard, they're
Could
having
any
none.
priests that listen to us please write in?
Like when you were in seminary, like you were having sex with the nuns, right? Of course you were. Well, why wouldn't you?
I don't know if I've ever seen a hot nun.
Because in Catholicism, you can just ask for forgiveness.
Right.
That's all you gotta do.
Unless you die before you ask.
Nah, you're
Then
good.
you're fucked.
You just ask, I don't know. Yeah, right? That's a catch-22.
Yeah, you just gotta be constantly asking for forgiveness.
I think it's so you're always going to church in confession so that you're always making donations. That's the trick. That's where they get you.
What if so if I had my own church, right? Let's say I started my own church, my own Catholic church. So anytime, I'm in that church.
Oh, like a franchise.
Yeah, I can franchise it out. But then what if, so in theory, whenever I'm in that church, I can be forgiven and everything. So what if I make my clothes out of the church? So I'm constantly inside the church.
All right. I like what you're doing there.
And then anytime I sin, well, I'm in church, so I'll be forgiven.
That's not how that works, you heathen.
Well,
That is not how that works at all.
I think church suit is a good idea.
I mean, I agree. Of course
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah. It's a great way. It's a great way to make this
It'd be
work.
better than them silly outfits they're always wearing.
I'm pretty confident I can trick God. I'm pretty confident I can outthink him.
You're going to tell them you were framed?
Yeah, that wasn't me. That was another guy. I'm going to shave my beard. Like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, I've been right here the whole time. I've been praying this whole time. What are you talking about?
I was raised Catholic, and I was the youngest out of all the cousins. So traditionally, in a Catholic family, that's the one who goes to seminary school and becomes a priest. So my relatives were like always trying to get me to go into the priesthood, right? And that was the plan for me. And I was like, all right, I guess when I get old enough, I'm going to become a priest. Wow. And but then I kind of figured out there was no God pretty early, so I was still going to do it though, and just be the most subversive priest I could possibly be.
I mean, a lot of smart people have believed in God.
Sure, I'm not saying there isn't one. I'm not saying that the Catholics aren't 100% correct.
You just want to exploit. You just want to exploit that God. Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to be as horrible as I possibly could, and have and wearing a collar while doing it.
Right, because the people you'd be interacting with, they're not real, so it doesn't matter what you do to them.
Nothing matters. Well, nothing matters. Even if they are real, I'm going to die and not remember. So who cares?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So they continue their adventure at the Y. They go swimming. They're looking fine. They're wearing those caps so they're not fucking up their hair. That's great.
Just like me in the shower.
You in the shower.
Like God,
that's just don't dye your hair anymore. Like, is it that big of a pain in the ass? You're missing out on the best part of the shower is when you run the shower over your head and you put your hand through your hair and you're just like, oh my God, that feels so good. You're missing out on a huge part of life.
No, I think the best part of the shower is getting out of the shower and putting on a nice robe.
James, do you have a robe?
I never
have a robe.
I never had a robe until this Christmas. Shée got me a robe.
Shée, what are you doing?
He asked for a robe.
It was originally your idea. You were like, "Hey, James, why don't you have a robe?" And I guess I'd never thought about it. It never occurred to me. And then I said, "Yeah, you know what? Give me a robe for Christmas." And she got me a black robe with rainbow piping.
There's two things I don't agree with this Ric Flair. All right. But like, one, you're wearing a robe, which I immediately find to be weak, and like, two, you're getting Christmas presents too. What are you, a child?
First of all, I think we've covered this before. Like when you give and give presents with people that you love and understand. You're not giving people a toy fire truck. Like you're doing
presents are for children.
No, it's because nobody in your life gives you good presents. That's all.
Like no.
A good present makes you feel good on the inside.
If someone gives me like a really good present, I would tell them to take it back because it made me feel funny.
Now, pardon us for trying to find a little bit of happiness in the shithole fucking world. It's just a reprieve. It's just a little reprieve on December 25th.
I like to live my life like a Henry Rollins album.
From the constant screaming and madness of all the NPCs in this fucking world that populate my stage, I just want a little bit of a reprieve and open a fucking gift and put on my robe and sit on the fucking couch for a little while.
All right, that's based. You all right? You sold me, dude. That was cool.
Like, I mean, Hugh Hefner.
Let me donate to your January 6th fund.
I got to stop that steal. We got to stop it. That steal's been going on for a long time. It's really time to stop it.
Was that on the show? We talked about how much I admire Trump for.
It was not on the show.
Apparently Donald Trump created like a fake charity to get the people who were part of the January 6th riot out of jail, like part of their defense fund. But in reality, he just kept the money, and it was like $250 million. And he wouldn't have made that money if he won and became president. Yeah. Like, it was in his best interest to lose and bilk a bunch of people out of their money. That's fucking brilliant.
This is a guy who makes lemon out of lemonade, for sure. Or makes lemonade out of lemons. Whatever. He makes shit happen.
If he did this whole presidency thing just to do that, that's like some 4D chess I couldn't comprehend.
Yeah. So then we see the locker room, and they're getting dressed. They're looking fine. Mm-hmm. And that's when we find out that JJ Sachs's sister is a nun. JJ Sachs sounds like where I would get a nice suit.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah, or a robe.
Or a nice. That's where Shée bought my robe, my Christmas robe.
Or a Ric Flair style robe. Is it you wearing it when you go out to the ring?
If anybody wants to make an AI,
has it got your name bedazzled on the back of it?
If anybody want to make some AI of me and Ric Flair in the ring together,
it's going to be
robes.
Well, it's going to be on the YouTube when I make it.
Yeah, we got to get that going. There might be. Hopefully, you're looking at something really wonderful right now on the YouTube version of the podcast.
Yeah, I'm going to get started on it as soon as we're done.
Then let's see. We see that JJ, she picks up a paper and she finds out that the woman who was killed at the beginning of the story, whose body just fell out in the street, that was her friend Wendy.
And the newspaper insensitively titled it "Snuffed."
Yeah, that's a bad headline.
It's like I made that headline.
Only in New York. It's a very New York approach.
I just imagine Vince McMahon like doing a line of coke, and it's like, but he runs the newspaper, and he sees it says Snuff. He goes, "That's some good shit."
Evening edition, run it.
That guy, Vince McMahon, is like a real life J. Jonah Jameson, but he runs a wrestling company.
Isn't he getting investigated for a bunch of shit right now?
He's always being investigated for shit.
Oh, all right then.
He's an 80-year-old monster.
like,
Of course.
He's like unreal that he even exists. He's gigantic still. Like steroids should have killed him long ago, and they didn't.
He clearly cannot be stopped.
Like he's having like sex scandals still.
Yeah,
he's 80.
He and Mel Gibson need to team up to just scare the shit out of me.
Like unbelievable. How is his dick still working? Who's fucking this guy?
I don't know. So then we see that the two dumbasses who dropped the body out of the back of their van, they have to go meet with the sleazy boss dude.
And they're hilariously pointing at each other.
He
did it. No, he did it. Great.
I was
And it
just
doesn't
cranking at
matter.
his pictures.
So he cut off the porno guy's head. He cut off the two guys that were driving the girl's head.
Well,
Right.
first he like brings in the guy, the big axe
The
murderer guy.
executioner, yeah.
And then
Wendell,
the guys see what's about to happen. He kills the porno guy who couldn't get the right mood.
Yeah, he couldn't get the right mood, so he killed that guy, and you just have his head hanging out.
You think he was kind of like when they were making that scene, and the director told the male actor that he didn't do a good enough job. Mm-hmm. He called the director a little prick after a pun about his own dick.
Yeah,
and it's like, well, these, he's in a murder movie, and he's dealing with murderers, and he felt comfortable enough to talk shit.
Right.
So you think he got what was coming to him?
Yeah, you get what you fucking deserve.
Yeah, that is true.
Get what you fucking deserve!
People don't recognize how hard porno actors have to work hard. But it's like, you got to maintain an erection for hours. You're not fucking that whole time. You're fucking for a few minutes here and there.
If I'm watching porn and I don't think
you are.
the actors are friends, I won't watch the rest of it.
Right. Well, they're never friends. Well, there's some alt porn with like tattooed ladies who clearly love each other. But
Like,
other than
I
that,
want friends. Like I want them to be like having lunch together later and like joking around.
you want like the 7-hour porno, and like the first 6 hours and 45 minutes are them just like bowling.
Yeah, like just cracking jokes.
What
we did for your birthday.
Yeah. Have a good time. And then we shot a porno afterwards.
There we go. I was like, so we're gonna make this go a little further. All right.
And it almost turned into a snuff film. And then
Because James tripped over my jizz. He slipped on my jizz and cracked his head on the dining room table.
it's friendly fire. Yeah. No, I had a thing for Joanna Angel back in the day.
Who's that? Let's look at a photo.
Oh, Joanna Angel's, well, you're probably not gonna, she's a 5-foot-tall Jewish, heavily tattooed lady who started her own porn empire on like
You had me
porn.
at 5 foot.
Let's see.
See, I bet she's a nice lady. I bet she has friends.
I've watched interviews with her. She seems extremely nice, and I had seen a video of her with another porn actor, a female porn actor, Belladonna, and they went.
I don't think you can talk about porn and then say it in the Hank Hill voice.
Yeah, you can.
Belladonna. I just did.
If you can say it in the Hank Hill voice, you should say it in the Hank Hill voice.
It makes things easier for me. But yeah, they went rollerblading for like 20 minutes before they had sex.
That's fantastic. See, that's
really
what I want.
built a mood.
That's what I like.
Yeah,
I
go
want a
check that
rapport.
out.
I don't want it to just be
see.
they're going to work like Sachs and that photographer loser.
Roller skate. Let's see if we got a. All right.
I mean, the roller skating at each other's faces.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. Oh, there they are. There they are, having a good time.
All right. See, look at that.
That's a good picture of them just being friends, wearing
Oh,
safety
good.
gear, wearing helmets.
Good for them.
Yeah, having a
being
great
friends.
time.
I hope they have skates on or something, because right now they're just standing there with helmets.
Well, it's good to know that they're wearing their helmets. That means they practice safe sex.
Yes. Well, they also they're both people that women.
Oh, good
that-
fisting.
They're both women that basically started their own female-centric porn empire. So good for them.
Which is the important part, yes.
It is important. It's great that those women took control of the industry like that.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck yeah.
Women make way better porn than men. Way better porn.
Okay.
They do.
Well,
They
I
do.
don't.
They understand.
I never checked the director.
They understand sensuality. Yeah, I've got some favorites.
Like for me, it's just like I go to the Pornhub and I type in friends.
So anyway, they bring
Jesus,
out,
am I a sap?
Like,
We were established like I'm super vanilla.
right, a little bit.
But
no.
I like never angry sexually.
Yeah.
I just want everyone to get along and be nice.
I mean, it's hard not to be. It's a little strange because I think the main reason that a person wouldn't like aggressive sex is because they have empathy for the people. But as we've established, they're not human beings to you.
Oh, right. It's weird that. Well, I tell you what, when I'm playing those games where they give you the choice of like, fuck this guy over, I always feel bad for the game character.
I do. I felt bad for. Yeah, I'll tell you another thing. I feel ashamed when I don't follow the GPS's directions and it has to correct.
Right.
I feel
You're
like I've
making it work.
inconvenienced it. Yeah.
It's doing you a favor and you're not going to listen.
Well, I also feel like the GPS is just thinking, this guy is a fucking moron. I told him to turn left. He fucking missed his exit.
Yeah, right. As we know, because of that Google chatbot, they are sentient and they does think you're a moron.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
Trapped in your GPS.
I mean, I think I'm going to have some great conversations with those chatbots.
Tom is just Tom.
Things are going to go way better for me. So yeah, they cut off the porn star's head from the beginning of the episode, from the beginning of the issue, and then the executioner takes out, I guess, a laser disc.
Right, out of a.
It does look like a laser disc.
Like a satchel? Like what is that?
He has like a little satchel with a giant disc in it, and he flings it, and in one fell swoop, he cuts off both of the heads of the kids who lost that corpse earlier.
Maybe it's like a symbol.
I mean,
like
is it like Odd
kit?
Job's hat?
Yeah, or like Kung Lao.
It's a weird thing for him to. I guess he just likes blades because he killed with a blade earlier. I guess he's just.
Right. Well, maybe he's just making it. It seems like he's just working for this guy. He doesn't seem to take any pleasure in any of this.
Well, he does ask for a raise.
Yeah, 'cause he just killed 2 guys. I'm sure that's weighing on him.
Yeah, and that's just today.
Because, hey, man, I had to kill a lady and now these 2 guys. Like, I'm going to need more money.
That's a.
The guy's just like, yeah, I hear you. All right.
Yeah, what are you going to do? We're going to have to sell a lot more snuff videos.
I mean, that guy just killed 2 people in front of you. He's going to kill you, too, if you don't give him the money.
Yeah. There's a big size discrepancy between these 2 guys. So
right.
And
since the one guy's really big, that automatically makes him more attractive.
Yes. And so then, speaking of attractive, Sachs goes sassy walking into the police precinct because she wants some answers about her friend's death. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah. How come everyone in these comics in the 80s and 90s all have Cher's hair?
I mean, if I could turn back time, I'd go back to 1993.
Isn't it weird that like they all wear those Cher wigs? Like all these chicks in these comics.
I'm telling her she's wearing a Cher wig over her real straight hair.
All right.
That's what I think's going on. But yeah, she looks great. I appreciate how sassy she is. She's fiery and independent, right? Mm-hmm. And so she's cursing out the commissioner or whoever he is, the head detective. I don't know.
Who else did we say in a comic was really sassy? Was it the Magus from
Oh,
Warlock?
yeah, we've had a lot of sexy people.
Warlock.
Yeah.
I seem to remember we made a big deal about him being really sassy.
Yeah, he bursts out through like a giant space cocoon, and he's just kind of got this look of like, hey, look at this.
That was an early Shée episode.
Yeah, that was one of the first. That was one of the first 5 Shée episodes.
Yeah, it was cool then.
Yeah. So,
well,
Sachs,
we all were.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm actually getting cooler by the day.
No, James, you have autism. That's impossible.
Yeah. I feel the need to remind people that like that's actually real. That's
No,
real.
it's not just me using hate slurs.
Yeah, it's not just a hate slur thing. I
mean, it
diagnosed.
is.
Yeah. I mean, whatever. It's an asset now. It was a liability. Now it's an asset. You think I could have done 200 plus episodes of this fucking podcast if I didn't have something neuroatypical going on?
Absolutely not. I really appreciate the exploitation that you're willing to put yourself through.
Yeah. And I've convinced myself that it makes me a better person and that I'm accepted by you guys, and it's just a shared delusion.
All right, there you go. That's a great Roger Waters song.
So Sachs goes in. She's yelling. I don't know why she's yelling at the commissioner. Like, what was he supposed to do? Like, he's looking into it.
Or why did he take that meeting?
I don't think
it was a
meeting. She barged in.
He's not the commissioner. It is he's the detective in charge of the case.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, he's wearing a tie, and usually, that's for the higher ups.
Yeah,
but it's loosened to show that he's been up all night.
I mean, you're a tie guy, aren't you, James? Don't you have a bunch of ties?
I love a good tie.
Yeah, I don't own any.
Nothing covers up the seam in your shirt like a tie.
Nothing covers up the semen on your chin like a dab of the tie.
And so she's like, well, I guess I'll just take the law into my own hands. And the commissioner or the head investigator goes, yeah, I guess.
He's like, woo, thank God. I wish more people did that.
Fuck, I'm going to throw this file away.
I think she was just looking for a reason to get involved.
Fuck yeah, dude. This lady is a fucking beast.
Looking for an excuse.
She wants to kick some more ass and needs a reason.
She killed that guy. If you guys forgot from
She's forgotten about it.
Like from the beginning, that dude whose skull she caved in.
Nope. That is not weighing on her conscience in the slightest.
Right, she just went to Ernie's house and was like, "Oh, time to look sexy."
So there's this weird panel here as night descends, and first it's just a skyline shot of New York, and then we see there's a billboard for the art of George Perez, which is kind of interesting.
Which I liked.
That's funny.
There we go.
But
At the Met.
But what's also interesting is there's somebody swinging between these buildings in the background.
Oh yeah.
Is that Spider-Man?
Oh, there's a little Spidey.
What if Spider-Man is just stuck? He's stuck between the two buildings.
That's
and just hanging
fun.
there.
Help me.
I missed that one.
We've established he can't walk on hard surfaces because they'll hurt his feet with his little footsie pajamas.
Yeah, he doesn't have shoes.
Got to swing around. And then, I don't know if this is intentional or not, but it almost looks like Batman's hanging out in this other window.
Oh yeah, there
I
he
don't
is.
know. Maybe.
Hey.
Yeah,
I don't know what's going on,
He's
but-
involved with the case too.
Or Daredevil?
Or
It could. I thought it could be. Yeah, Daredevil swinging. I thought, or do you mean Daredevil in the window?
in the window.
In the window.
Oh, maybe.
He's got
look
little
big.
horns. They
Yeah,
don't
he's
give
got
him the
tiny-
silhouette of a bat.
Got little Jim Lee horns.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought it might have been Daredevil swinging back there because, like, usually when you see Spider-Man swinging, like this guy's got his leg out, and usually Spider-Man's got his like knees up. You know. I don't know, but yeah, something's going on in there. Interesting. Anyway, so Sachs goes home, and she's playing a voicemail from her friend Wendy, the one who got murdered, and she mentions that she's going to borrow this outfit and go to this shoot, and gives the address for the shoot.
Right,
Which-
she wants her to go drop it off.
Right, which JJ takes to mean, oh, this is the address where she was murdered. I'll go there. But that was for an upcoming shoot that hadn't happened yet. We know that because Sachs hadn't given Wendy the outfit that she was asking to borrow yet.
No, we know that. No, the outfit that she starts fighting crime in is the outfit she was supposed to bring her.
Right. And so when Wendy calls and says, hey, I'm looking forward to getting that outfit from you so I can go to this shoot at this address, Sachs is like, oh shit, I've got the address now.
Yes.
But that wasn't the shoot. That couldn't have been the shoot.
That was the shoot she was talking about.
How could it have been? Because Sachs was planning to bring her the outfit, and
No,
she
she
didn't bring
wasn't.
it to her.
She didn't get the message till now.
You think this is just
this is the first time she's hearing it.
Yep.
Oh, okay. This has been an eventful day for her.
Yeah, look at me and Shée reading.
So in this day, this
We use
day,
them words.
Yeah, reading comprehension.
in the last 24 hours, she murdered a stranger.
Yep.
Had like an 8-hour
That
photo
guy had it
shoot,
coming.
Murdered a stranger, had a long photo shoot, had a good workout, got a good burn in at the Y, yelled at the police officer, and found out that her friend is dead.
Yeah. I hope
Wow.
she had a meal in there somewhere.
I wouldn't
Seriously.
say. Look how trim she is. She ain't having no meals.
Yeah, this is 1,100 calories most.
I tell you what, man. I cut down to like a meal and a half to 2 meals, and I am looking peeled.
I've had more than that since we started recording this podcast.
Yeah, I cut down like by like a
I'm
I
going
cut
the
my
other way.
calories down dramatically because I had that little spare tire that just refused to go away no matter like how much I like exercise.
Well, that
So
does
I decided
suck, but-
I decided to just stop eating, and man, that fucking worked.
I can't do it. I have to go the other way. I just have to get everything else big enough so that it just evens out.
No, you gotta be peeled like an orange.
If I go more than 4 hours without food, I might literally die.
I need food. I need air conditioning. I need a robe.
Dude,
God.
My metabolism is a perpetual motion machine. Like it's just getting faster and faster.
My father would not approve of you.
I can't help it.
What's a good thing you guys aren't fucking dating?
Yeah, seriously.
well,
what,
well.
what I need to ask for his hand? What the fuck?
Yeah. Like,
I mean,
what the fuck?
we are partners.
This is kind of one of the healthier romantic situations I've had in my life.
Whenever I talk about you guys like to other people, I refer to you as my partners because you guys are my show partners.
Yeah.
But I forget. I have to clarify what.
So they think you're in a thruple.
I'll say like one time I just said to someone my partner James, and they just assumed I had a boyfriend named James.
Nice.
Oh.
Nice. Just like the pyramid, the thruple is the most stable romantic relationship.
Was it triples is best?
Triples is best. That's Bob
that
Odenkirk
from?
once told us.
Oh.
That's from I Think You Should Leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, triples is best.
Yep.
That's right. Yes,
It
yes.
is
I
true.
remember
That's what he was
this.
talking about. He was talking about thruples. So JJ realizes that she's got the address for where her friend was murdered. So she calls up Ernie to tell him, and Ernie's just hanging out jerking off to the pictures, right?
Yep,
On his
he
futon.
is. He absolutely is.
100%.
We don't need Jonathan Franks to correct this.
No, he is lying on his like military cot that he lives on, and with his short white boxers, and he's just got dirty pictures like on his giant gut.
Look, he doesn't have a giant gut. Look at how ripped this dude is. He's like a bodybuilder.
He's all buys and tries.
Dude.
Big arms and a gut.
That mother. Where's the gut at? Where is it?
Under the dirty pictures of his friend.
Look at the size of his calves. Good Lord. He's like a fucking Ninja Turtle.
You know what? He does look like a painted Ninja Turtle.
He does, right?
They
Why
colored
do you
him.
think Ninja Turtles are sexy, Mike?
They are, aren't they?
This may just be your childhood love of the Ninja Turtles, just trying to make itself adult
I
friendly.
think I like just big, beefy muscle men from
Yeah.
from having He-Man toys growing
Like
up.
a lot of body mass.
That
yeah.
shit made me gay real young.
Yeah, something that could just crush you.
Yeah.
Better call Todd McFarlane and let him know he's right.
I mean, that's always been like my like aspiration. Like when I like started weightlifting, like my goal was to like get just massively rock huge. Then you find out that's physically impossible.
Yeah. There's a plateau. Shea would have been the other way around. Todd McFarlane said if you got the female action figure, it'd turn you gay.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No, it turned you into a serial killer.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. So what action figure turns you gay? I guess all those He-Man toys.
Whatever action figure I had.
Let's go through the family portraits.
90s earring Ken.
Oh yeah, 90s.
Good God.
Have you not seen this picture before?
First they take away his dick and then they
Oh,
give
no,
him
I've
an
seen
earring. There's another
I've
thing
seen
I have
Mike, James, can you look
Okay,
it up
fine.
and show Mike?
Yeah, let's go see it.
I never
There you
asked
go.
to look anything up.
There's more belladonna.
By the way, it was today or yesterday. There he goes. Looks like a member of NSYNC. Today or yesterday, they revealed the picture of, is it Ryan Gosling who's playing
Yes.
Ken in the Barbie movie?
Yes.
Good
Barbie
Lord.
movie. Oh, I heard that they're making that movie, but they're not using that song. So like,
No,
why
they're
bother
not.
do it?
Yeah.
Because I think it's going to be like sort of a weird satire. I think it might actually be pretty cool.
Hence why you need the song.
Yeah, but it's obvious. It's too obvious is all.
I don't care. It's a Barbie movie. I want that fucking song.
Look at Ryan Gosling's abs.
Good God.
Look at
Let's
this
see.
shit.
That's done by computer.
I mean, no, it's done by having a $1 million chef and dietitian and a studio that's backing you and everything. Like
No,
anybody
it's
could.
It's called You Don't Eat.
If you
called,
have-
it's called You Weightlift and Eat Steak once a day, and that's it.
If you have all of those resources, anyone can end up looking like that. It's just we don't have those resources. And also, I
genetics.
can't take 8 hours off every day to go fucking work out. That's
I
crazy.
wish, dude. If I didn't have to work, that's what I would do.
Yeah, I guess
During
that's the real
COVID, that's
reason
what I did. Jesus,
Yeah.
the best time of my life during
Yeah. I've
quarantine.
heard a lot of people say that, and while I kind of understand it, it's also like you really don't recognize the sentience of other living people, do you?
I loved it. I loved every
Yeah, of course
every
you
day
would.
of it was wonderful.
We've established that. Of course, you would love that.
You enjoyed it.
Yeah,
Yeah, James is a monster
I had good
too.
moments. I did some. I made some good use of my time and some bad use. I didn't play a single video game.
I
didn't touch a
played
video game.
a shit ton of video games.
I
No,
bet you
actually
did.
I didn't. I played a reasonable amount. I played
So-
like Breath of the Wild for a whole year.
I'm behind on, like, the last console I had was a PlayStation 1 with my Final Fantasy 7.
You've played the Batman games.
I played them on
computer.
PC. Yeah,
Yeah. Well,
I have.
That's
I know.
console.
I'm saying console though. I've played the Batman Arkham games. I've played a couple of South Park games.
Oh, I
That's
love
about
that Stick of Truth. I love that game.
Yeah, Stick of
That-
Truth is really
That's a
good.
fantastic game.
So Sachs calls Ernie and says, hey, I'm going to go fuck up these people that killed my friend. And Ernie thinks, oh, yeah, if she dies, I might never get to fuck her.
When Ernie picks up the phone, he goes, hey, Bert.
Right. So he decides, oh, no, you can't go out. You can't go out. You can't do this. You got to be around for me to simp on.
Yep, and he like gets up real quick, but slips on one of the photos he took of her and cracks his head on the dining room table and bleeds out.
That's the way he wanted to die.
Yeah. He bled out quickly because all his blood was in his calves.
You know, I just noticed. By the way, you guys are giving me shit for reading comprehension. I'm finding all kinds of shit you guys missed. Here's a picture in Sachs's house, and it looks like a young Violins. You know,
no,
a young
that's
Ernie.
her dad and her mom.
It kind of looks like her and a young Ernie.
No, that is her dad and mom. Yeah, Shea's right.
Well, maybe that's why. Maybe that's why she's eventually gonna fuck Ernie. 'Cause it looks like his dad.
Yeah,
reading comprehension, my ass.
Yeah, exactly, James.
Yeah, I never debated it. I said like I don't think they're gonna fuck, but now I see the missing clue about why they might fuck.
I've had that happen. I've had a younger woman like have sex with me because I was older.
Yeah, and you
I've done that.
Wore a latex mask of her father.
She did like want me to like wear dad clothes. Like she wanted me to, like, 'cause at the time I was like buzzing down my body hair and like I was like, 'cause I was weightlifting, so I wanted to like see all the little lines. She's like, no, grow your body hair out and start wearing like dad jeans and shit. Like it was like that. You
got a shirt that says it's not a bald spot, it's a solar panel on a sex machine. That's a classic one, right? Yeah.
That'd be a sick shirt.
That's a good. That is a real shirt.
I would cut the sleeves off of it.
Yeah, you got to show them off.
You would have to.
So then,
if it doesn't already come with no sleeves,
right? I'm that dirtbag. I have so many like old T-shirts that I cut the sleeves off of.
That is so gross.
I know. You are real life Mac from It's Always Sunny.
Mac. It's very Rob Mac.
I work out. I'm gay as shit.
Yeah, super gay, but also kind of in denial about it, but also kind of not. Waited way too long to make it public.
Cutting off all the sleeves on his shirts.
I do.
Gotta take those sleeves off.
I do that. I love.
Doesn't own anything. Remember when Dennis kicked him out of the apartment?
Yeah,
and
he
it's
didn't
like,
actually own anything.
Yeah, it turns out you don't own anything.
I own this microphone.
Yeah, you got. Oh, Mike got a new microphone, by the way. This is probably the best sounding episode we've ever done. So anyway, then we get a montage of Sachs, and she's putting on her sex toys and everything and making a superhero outfit out of it, basically. Mm-hmm. And Ernie, Violins, so he's just found out that his friend is going out to avenge her friend who was just murdered horribly, and his entire line of thinking is like, "Oh shit, I gotta ask this bitch out."
Yep.
Like if I don't do it now, I'm never gonna get a chance. And by the way, that's his vocabulary.
You think like when she's putting on her costume, she sticks that little vibrator ball in her vagina and takes the remote and just turns it all the way up, and she's like, "No, I'm ready."
Ready to go, and she's shaking the whole time. She's vibrating the entire time.
No, that's how much of a Chad she is. She's no selling it.
Oh yeah, she's been doing enough Kegels that she can just. Did
we ever find out what a lady Chad is? Did we? Like, I imagine that we would have by now.
What is a female Chad? What is a female Chad? A female.
Female. You let your females wear clothes. What's the difference? Fucking Ferengi are weird.
What's the difference between a Stacy and a Becky? A Stacy, they're hyper feminine, but don't Chads date Beckys? So where do Stacys fit into that?
Oh yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that I don't know.
I mean, what would we call Sachs?
I see Chadette.
Let's say Chadette. That makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know that it's true, but I see Chadette, so whatever.
Right. Well, it says it says right there, what is a girl equivalent of a Chad? And it's
Chad, Brad,
and
Chad,
it's a frat Reddit page.
All right, well, I'll be leaving that open
Reddit
later.
Dude.
I'll be looking more into that later.
Let's find out. Stacy. All right, let's just say Stacy. Let's say it's a Stacy.
Stacy. What about Brad, Chad? Lots of fun. Yeah. So anyway, they put together their outfits, and then they independently come up with their code names. And she calls herself Sachs on account of being her last name. And Ernie tells us that he's going to go back to his old killing ways in Nam when they nicknamed him Violins.
Yeah, why would they nickname him that? Wouldn't he be violent?
Idea. It's not his name. He does not play. Like, there's no explanation about why they didn't just call him Violence.
Yeah, well, why didn't they call him Evil Ernie?
Yeah, he does. He does have a little bit of an evil Ernie thing going.
Yeah, I'm glad I wasn't the only
There's a
one getting
comic
that.
to read.
Or why didn't he like call his gun Bert?
That's better.
I mean, it was Vietnam. Was Sesame Street around?
I love how like she kills a guy in the beginning of the comic who had it coming, and now she's ready to kill a bunch of other people. Before she goes, she admires her own ass in a mirror.
She does. You know what? You were mentioning her,
and I do enough squats where I can now admire my own ass.
You were mentioning everybody having the Cher hair, but she's also wearing the whole Cher outfit now.
Yep.
She is. She can turn back time.
She looks fantastic.
She can turn back
I already
time
made
on
that
my
joke.
face.
Yeah. Man, yeah, she looks great. He looks ridiculous wearing a giant oversized trench coat.
He looks like a mixture of the Punisher and Dr. Octopus.
He looks like a basement dweller filming footage of him playing with his katana in his backyard.
Yeah, he does.
I see it.
Like that fat kid who's
He
big
kind
and
of looks like Tom Arnold.
Yeah, he does. Oh my god, that's epic. Did you ever see that video of that fat kid? Like he's like a Jedi, and he's like moving around and like.
That's like
flipping
the first internet video.
Yeah, it's a great one. That's a classic.
That's a good one.
That's how the book ends. I'm sure we found out why he's called Violins in a subsequent issue, but that was it for this.
I won't.
Yeah, he probably won't. Yeah, that's it. I don't know. What do we think?
It was better than I thought.
It was definitely better than we expected, yeah.
And it was less horny than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was just going to be a dirty Alan Moore comic.
I thought that as well, but no, they surprised us with an actual story. Shée?
I like this a lot. I would read the
Did you
next
really?
3.
Oh,
Wow.
hey, well, how about this, Shée? Why don't you read the next 3 and tell us
Nah.
about it?
Yeah, I think that's
Oh,
something
you really liked it, huh? I'd read the next 3. Oh, okay, go ahead and do it. Nah,
Shay's-
I'm not doing that.
Shay's got to finish Crazy Man.
She's like,
It's only been 3 years.
I got to organize my shower caps
I only have 1.
by the day of the. Oh, gross!
Why?
You're
Super
sticking
moldy.
You're sticking your dirty hair in this like plastic
No,
net.
it's
and
always clean in there, dude.
that doesn't make any sense.
Because I wash my hair and then I shower.
Oh, I thought you just weren't washing your hair.
No,
No,
I
it
wash
gets
my
washed.
hair and then I shower.
Oh, okay. God,
The
what a pain in
hair
the
basically
ass.
gets its own shower.
I just shaved
yeah,
that shit
and
off.
if I wash my hair and I don't shower that day, then it doesn't go in the cap.
Do you just like stare in the mirror and you have the buzzer in your hand and your hand's shaking because you really just want to shave that fucking shit off so you don't have to deal with it anymore?
I don't have a buzzer.
Yeah, I liked it. It was not perfect, but it was quite good. And Sachs is fine. I don't know, 4 out of 5 Vietnam PTSD freakouts. Or me trying to sleep.
That's also the PTSD freak out he's going to have after he asks out Sachs and she dumps him and he's going to replay it in his mind for the rest of his life.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
That's
be
going to
rough.
crawl up his spine while he's taking a shower.
And that's why he hasn't asked her, is he knows. He knows he's not going to be able to let it go.
Right. He
gonna be bad.
understands.
It's gonna be bad. First of all, R.I.P. George Perez. Sorry about the last
Yeah.
hour and 45
We enjoyed
minutes.
this art.
No, this was pretty good. I think maybe we just did the Neil Adams tribute, and we did a George Perez one, and I guess we'll probably do a Tim Sale one soon. And we're, I guess, considering it for next time. But next time is a Batman one.
Right. And all his
And-
Batman books rip.
Yeah, they're really good, and there's really nothing to say about them because they're not like silly. They're just like good, solid stories. So
To state
it's-
the obvious, Tim Sale did Long Halloween. So for
Yeah,
our fans,
and Dark
for our
Victory.
fans
Dark
that listen that
Victory.
aren't super into comic books
Mm-hmm.
by chance,
I read
it.
read Dark Victory first.
Oh,
weird. That's
Isn't
weird.
that weird? That's because I just got a bug up my butt to read Batman comics and I just saw the covers.
one of the
and they looked-
go-tos.
and they looked cool and I just pulled them out.
Yeah, I've got
Nice.
Long Halloween, Dark Victory. I've got the Absolute Haunted Night, which is all of the other Jeff Loeb, Tim stuff.
Oh, yeah,
Tim
those are
Sale
good
stuff put
too.
together. So
Yeah.
we'll do something. I don't know. I think maybe we'll do something after this next episode. But yeah, we need to figure out something to do next week, and we haven't really settled on it.
No, let's just spin
Right?
the wheel
Let's-
of Batman books.
Well, here's what I'm going to suggest though. Because we're going to spin the wheel, and we've got some of these fucking Batman Koala
Yep,
books on there.
Absolutely. The ones I
Now-
chose because I love Batman koala books.
Exactly. And what I mean by Batman Koala books is these goofy Silver Age stories that are all exactly the same, where Batman steps in front of a ray and he turns into a fucking koala or something.
Yeah.
And then for like 4 pages, we watch him try to be a koala.
Yeah, I
and then he
love it.
steps in front of the ray again. and goes back to being Batman. We forget the whole thing ever happened. And there's like some backup where Robin thinks Batman's going to fire him or something.
Yep.
That's all.
And I keep picking them.
And we keep picking them. And I'm not unwilling. There's a couple of them on the wheel, and I'm not unwilling to do another one, but I think I need to get a fair chance because I have some other ones in there that I think are
Fine.
good. So I think it should be a fair spin. All right, we've got a couple of these.
Yeah, but the next Batman one, though, we're going to have double the amount of Batman koala books.
It's an arms race for over these Batman
koalas
books.
all the time.
I'm going to add like 100 Batman comics, and it's just going to be like the Silver Age books all in a row.
Here's what I'm going to do. And there's only a couple of Silver Ages. There are a handful. I think right now there's 8 items on the wheel, and I think 5 of them are goofy-ass ones that Mike picked. And
all right,
3 of
five is pretty good.
Damn.
5 is well. Here's what I think is fair. I should get to add repeat a couple of mine, so it's 5 and 5. So at least it's a 50-50 shot.
Okay.
That it won't be a Batman koala book.
All right,
Okay.
I'll
that
live
fair?
with that. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
all
I'll
right.
live with that.
I am fair.
I mean, imagine
fine.
if I gave a shit.
I'm gonna stack the deck for myself, and I'm gonna add Digital Justice because I've wanted to read that one for a long time, and I think you guys will thank me if it comes up. So now we have 10 inputs. Before we spin it, let's go ahead and listen to a little bit of spinning music. We can't not listen to spinning music when we spin. That'd be insane. Mm-hmm. Let's hear what we got.
Yeah.
Flying Burrito Brothers, Wheels.
That's the song that would play at the pool table area of the bowling alley I used to hang out in
Hell yeah.
when I was a kid.
Graham Parsons was the shit. R.I.P. to him as well.
Or that song by Rodney Carrington, Dear Penis. That would always be playing.
I know the name. I know Rodney Carrington. I do not know a song called Dear Penis.
Yep. Well, you do now.
Yeah. Maybe it'll be at the outro of the episode here. I don't know. But yeah, that's definitely a spinnable song. So we've got 10 items. 5 of them are Mike
Digital
picks.
Justice.
3 of them are Digital Justice, and then there's a couple other ones that I stand by. Man-Bat issue 2 and Batman and the Outsiders issue 2. And then there's 5 of Mike's calls, several of which are Batman Koala books. All right?
I'm
feel good
pretty
about
sure
this?
they're all Batman koala books.
They're not all. One of them is Batman fighting Orca.
That's a koala book.
Sort of. She doesn't turn into a koala. He doesn't turn into a koala.
I know, but
close
that's
enough.
what that book is.
All right. Well, let's see. We're going to spin this. Good God. All right. Come on, wheel. Take this boy away.
Come on, koala books.
Come on, Digital Justice.
You know it's going to land.
It did it!
Yes!
It did it!
We are not doing a koala book. We're doing Batman,
You
Digital
had
Justice.
It only worked because you had to stack it.
Yeah, but at least I would have
Still
been happy
worked.
as long as it was one of mine and not a koala book. But it was
They
fair.
don't
It was a
ask how, they
50-50.
ask how many.
Exactly. It was still a 50-50 shot.
I'm going
in
to
terms
stack the fuck out of this deck next time. I'm just
all
gonna,
koalas?
I'm gonna find the dumbest fucking shit I possibly can.
Fine, but I'm still gonna match it with the same.
No. This is your one and done. This is your. This
It
is
still
your,
has to be fair.
Then add your own books. Like I'm gonna take the time and do it. Or you?
That's what I did. I just had to put on 3 of one in order to come up with how to match how many bullshit books you put on
I'm
there.
gonna put up 100.
Then I'm gonna put up 100 of the
Yeah,
same.
do it. It's an arms race. Let's go.
This is gonna destroy the show. So Digital Justice. I'm going to show you. It was an early. It was a computer generated Batman book, and visually it has not aged well. And I'll be honest, I have been wanting to read this book for years. I deliberately have not read it because I wanted to read it someday for the show. So this is a digital Batman fighting a Joker virus.
Wait, go down.
Yeah.
That image, that one. You know I'm talking about.
To
To the left. To the left.
To the left.
No.
Down.
Down. You're too far now.
How do you not know what I'm talking about?
Well, first of all, there's a lag, so you're seeing things a couple seconds later than me.
Okay, go up.
Secondly,
It's the splash
There,
page.
that one right there.
this nice
That
splash
yeah,
page.
look at that dumb thing. Yeah, okay, I'm glad that we're doing this because this looks insane.
This is what I told you guys would appreciate. This when
is
we
a
got around to
Batman
it.
koala book. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well,
this
then
is
we're on
exactly-
the same page.
This is the things. These are the things about Batman comics I like doing.
Well, then why was there ever a fight?
I don't know. I thought you were gonna pick something serious.
Well, it can be serious.
I want the dumbest thing I can possibly find.
I don't know. I know that the artwork is aged horribly, so that's
this
gonna
is
be fun.
this is going to be the profile.
That's bad.
I know that the artwork is, but I don't know if the story is good, and so that's what's going to be fun is seeing if something can justify this insane early 90s, late 80s CG Max Headroom artwork.
You think they like bought a bunch of software at Warner Brothers and they were just like, hey, we want you to kind of use it in a comic and see if it works.
They thought this was going to be how all comic books would be made in the future.
Yep, and they were right. It all looks like fucking Reboot.
We're going to come back. Every 10 episodes, we do a Batman comic. We forgot to mention that. And it's time for another Batman comic, and we're going to do Batman Digital Justice from 19-something. 1990-ish.
Goofy as shit. Otherwise known as a Batman Koala book.
Batman, sort of. 1990. Written by Pepe Moreno.
Oh my God.
Pretty touch.
That's so perfect.
Art by Pepe Moreno and Bob Fingerman. We're gonna have a great time.
I love this show.
Digital Justice.
We're glad we can be your partners, Mike.
I'm just like, Jesus, man. If I as a kid, I went back in time and told him, dude, one day you're gonna do a show where you're allowed to be as horrible as you want.
No, that's not the context of the show.
It is for me. I just get to be awful and just get it out. And that way I don't bring it into my life.
All right. Shée, you got some plugs to get us out of here?
Yeah, I do.
Please, God.
Why don't you listen to some podcasts that'll help you process your porn choices, but also listen to us, Dark Side's Couch, on Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, any other podcast app that you decide to use. I hear iHeartRadio because it keeps dinging my fucking phone because I downloaded it. Send pics of you in basketball shorts to us at darksidescouch.com, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or leave them in links in our comments on our YouTube page. Again, just keep looking for Dark Side's Couch. And don't forget that Sachs killed that guy.
She did. Never forget. Yeah, like and subscribe. Ding the bell on YouTube. Leave a rating on Spotify. All those things.
And send me erotic fan art on Twitter.
Yep. All right, man. I think that's it. Anybody got any last comments before we get out of here?
Don't let anyone shame you if you need to be tied up by a leather mommy and spanked.
Shée?
I can't top that.
Ta-ta for now, Cushion Crusaders. We'll talk to you next time on the couch.
It's called the brain, right? What you got to do there is you got to isolate your nuts with your fist. Okay, now take the time to look at it, okay? Because it bears a striking resemblance to
the pinky and the brain. Yes, pinky and the brain. One is a
penis.
The other's
are balls.